everybody, my name is Chris, and welcome back to more Mass Effect 3, and we're continuing the Leviathan storyline, because it is getting weird and crazy. Because last episode, we had gone through TGS, right? We went through the facility there, and we learned a lot of things. One, everyone is completely suspicious. Two, they are under some sort of mind control, some sort of indoctrination, right? And the third thing, there's an artifact there. Confirmed. Dr. Garneau, he's actually there. He's actually no longer with us. He's dead. But he was dead before we even got there. That's the catch. Everyone's telling us, you don't belong here. Leave. You gotta go, right? A lot of suspicious stuff. A lot of side conversations, too, that have me thinking, right? But we go, and we eventually get access to where the mines are, or heading to the mines, because that's where Garneau was going to be. We had seen security footage of Garneau's arrival, which was about a week prior to us getting there. And we'd also learned that there was an incident in the mines, and he had been sent to the med bay, right? Which is like, oh shit, oh no, what happened, right? Only for us to realize it's not, he's something's off. Something's off, right? Something's going on. And so we head to the med bay. We do a series of events to try to get there. And we finally get access, only to be confronted by who we thought was Dr. Garneau. But it turns out it was another person who is being controlled by the Leviathan. And that is a huge thing. Because that is our first direct confrontation, confirmation, and interaction with Leviathan, being not just a concept and a theory and like a monster. It's like, no, it's real, and it's speaking to us, right? And the fact that it's said that we bring only death, and that we will not take what is theirs, right? Which is the artifact. Which I've been thinking about since the last episode, because it's like, wait a minute, because the whole time I'm like, what are these? Where did they come from? Were they buried? Is he protecting them? Is he trying to retrieve them again? Or are they kind of just random? Like, what's the relevance to them? And he's claiming ownership of them, whether that's both literal, like he made them, or they're his, like he's taking them, he's protecting them, something like that, whatever it is, right? But he keeps talking about, like, the darkness must not be breached, and only for us to learn that the Reaper forces are also seemingly looking for these, or they're able to use them. We don't know if they actually want them, but the Reaper forces are actually following Garneau's team, and was following Dr. Bryson's Donner's team as well, right? And we don't really know still what the Reapers want. We don't even really know what Leviathan wants. But he is protecting these artifacts. And so far, 2 of them have been destroyed, at the cost of keeping them away from the Reapers. Now, a lot of speculation, and in a way, some pretty cool confirmation that it seems Leviathan is indeed an actual Reaper. Now, beyond that, there's still a million questions. Why? What? Huh? And how? And for why? That's 2 whys. Because I'm like, what? That's so... It's different. It's different, right? It's like the Reapers, they have their plan. This guy is doing his own thing, which is completely atypical of everything that we knew about the Reapers up to this point, right? But the thing is, he had been controlling the TGS facility for a decade, right? Like, we found the logs that had, like, the dates, and then at the end they confirmed it, which, again, there's another thing I want to go into for that, right? But I'm not going to try to drag this out for too long, because we gotta go, right? But basically confirmed it had been a decade. They snapped out of this mind control They literally thought it was 10 years ago still, which is crazy because it basically means that when he doesn't take control. He can take control, but the thing is, these artifacts seem to be capable of their own type of indoctrination, but they're different. It's a different type of indoctrination. Because one, yes, they snap back to reality, quite literally in the exact point that they became indoctrinated, right? Which is super, super weird. Because from what we know about indoctrination, especially like full indoctrination, like this seems to be, it degrades the mind of the person. Like it basically just they become just like a drone. But these guys are not drones. They kind of talk like it, but they're still functional. Like they were doing stuff in the facility still. They weren't just walking around kind of just whatever. They were doing things. They were performing research still. So they were under control, but it seems like their mental state was totally fine. Right? Cuz even we've seen like lighter indoctrination like with Saren, and what I suspect, and you have not confirmed yet, but what I suspect is kind of affecting Tim, is where there is that indoctrination, but it's just enough to where they're kind of doing what the Reapers want them to do, but not so much to where they're completely useless. Right? But this is different. This is different, and that's why it's even weirder to me. Because not only is their mental state fine, but they can come out of it perfectly fine. And the other thing, what is all the research for? Because we noticed a couple things. One, first off, the fact that this is 10 years of this facility being under control, right? We heard comments. We read some logs, right? One, there's a plant. There's a plant there, and there's obviously probably more that goes into it, right? But it's a third generation plant, and the log basically states that it's incredibly dangerous, but it's inconspicuous. It would be inconspicuous in an office environment, as in it would blend right in. It'd be perfectly, you wouldn't even know, but it is incredibly dangerous to be around. And I'm like, why would you have that? What's the purpose of this? Right? Because they crossbred it. That's the thing. And they crossbred third generation plant. Incredibly dangerous. But they the fact that it states an office environment, I'm also like, why? That's interesting. Why? Why that environment specifically? I guess because you'd have plants in an office, but why not a garden? Why not other places? Maybe it's just a general example, but it's curious, right? And if it was just that, I'd be like, sure, whatever, right? But it's the fact that also there were two individuals talking about the Turian pain threshold being really high before psychosis. And now that's a very interesting statement because from what I know, and I'm not a doctor, right? Psychosis is a very interesting state because a type of psychosis that I personally am aware of that I know off like the top of my head as an example is schizophrenia, right? But psychosis often involves like the individual is not aware of kind of what they're doing, like I mean, try to be more specific about what I'm trying to say. So like types of psychosis, some traits that I know, there's like agitation, and then you have the like they kind of hallucinate as well, but they're not aware that these things are really happening to their It's like they're experiencing it, but they don't know I don't know the best way to convey what I'm saying, right? But the words are there. But either way, he mentioned psychosis, and it is interesting because, in a way, I do wonder if that is what's happening here. If it's a type of psychosis, right? Which I guess indoctrination could also be a type of psychosis, right? But indoctrination that we're aware of, and whatever this is very different. But maybe they're both just types of psychosis that are induced by Reapers, right? And it's interesting, right? But then there was another conversation that talked about there was it was something about like 30 days after, in like 30 days there's like the planet wide starvation, and they would basically just, everybody would starve to death. And then the other worker made a comment like, that's the merciful route. Or no, the one guy said it was the merciful route to just let them starve. And the other person made a comment about like, oh, that's the data we should use. Right? So hearing this, and they're all under control, they're still doing research under this like mind control. So they're not just droning around, they're still doing things and researching and processing. Everything but mining, apparently. But it's just that comment, and then there was another log about like the Hanar weather affecting was it their government, something like that. It was just like there's a lot of different things of research, and then also the evolutionary like basically human biotics, right? It's like, what does that mean? And it's just a lot of curious research, and for why? That's my point. For why? Or what? And the thing is the Leviathan researching all this? Seems to be. And I'm not really sure why he's doing it. Is this his own, maybe not harvesting, but is this his own information gathering? He's doing his own thing? I don't know. I don't. And we got a lot of questions still. We got a lot of stuff to do. But, and I'm sure there's like a ton of other things I'm going to think about it too, right, that I didn't bring up yet. But, man, we got Ann back. She's alive. She's doing okay for the most part. We just told her her father's dead. She didn't take it too well. We're going to meet her over at the lab, and we're going to kind of figure out like what we're going to do next, because the artifact that she was able to find, we had to blow that up because the Reaper forces were actually starting to siphon from it, which, according to the Leviathan, is not good. We don't want them to do that anyway, but he's definitely pretty fucking adamant that the darkness must not be breached. And it's very interesting to have finally kind of seen it as an example. Like, okay, when he says the darkness must not be breached, he's implying, he's referring to the darkness marble that seems to be what the Reaper forces are after. But I do want to know, were these hidden from even Leviathan? That is also one of my other questions. Did he know? Or were they finding them and then he had to go after, because he's like, it was like alerted, or he knows where he buried them? I don't know. Like I said, tons of questions. A lot of questions. And not a lot of answers yet. We got some answers, we got even more questions, right? Especially after the murals we saw of Leviathan on the planet when we went to go save Ann. A lot of curiosities. and implications, and the fact that he's been around since the time of, like, primordial wall painting. So, yeah, a lot of questions. But, oh, that's right, another thing. So, before we had gone over, and we had an option to go search the lab to find more clues about maybe, like, pinpointing exactly where Ann was, right? Instead of just going out there like I did, make a beeline for the cluster and then just, like, figure it out, right? Sleuth our own way through. But we go to the lab and did it. So what we're going to do is going to cut over that right now, because I actually went back and did that. Okay, so we're going to pop back here just because I was so excited to go, because we got a heading, knew exactly where we were going, right? Listed right here. Find Ann Bryson. Pylos Nebula to find her, right? I was like, good enough, we got a heading, I'll find it. And I just shot out of here, right? But yeah, Edie mentioned there could be some clues, and a number of you guys pointed out, like, hey, there's could look around. So we're here, we're gonna poke around a little bit, right? But then we're gonna get back to where we were. But I figured this could be interesting first, right? See, like, son of a bitch, this was right here. Within seconds. Within seconds. Was this here the whole time? Did I not see it? Because I swear I came over here, but it must have been really blended in. Damn it.
Can you identify this, Edie?
It originates with a pre-spaceflight culture, but there are none recorded in the Pylos Nebula.
In retrospect? Crazy. Goddamn.
The Reapers. Let's hope we find Ann before they do.
Okay, we did read that one. Oh god, there were so many things. I'm glad we did this. Back.
Does anything in Ann Bryson's work history suggest where she might be?
Nothing relevant.
Nothing relevant. Okay. Ooh.
Any idea if Project Scarab involved Element Zero?
Unlikely. We may learn more from the Project Requisitions Locker.
That's a good idea.
Any correlation between Project Scarab and these unexplained creature sightings?
Not beyond Leviathan itself.
Huh. Interesting. Task Force Aurora, current travel requisitions. Project Basilisk. Team leader Alex Garneau. MSV Kirkwall. Project Scarab. Ann Bryson. MSV Icarus. That's interesting. So, because they called it Leviathan, right? And Task Force Aurora is like the whole thing, right? The whole group, right? But Alex Garneau was leading Basilisk, which obviously Snake, Serpent, Leviathan, that kind of makes sense, right? But Project Scarab, what does that mean? Is that there's some relevance to Scarab?
Ann Bryson flew out on a ship called the Icarus. Can you track its movements?
No. The Reapers have disrupted civilian comm buoys. But we might learn more if we find the ship's specifications.
Damn, we really could have, like, well, we'll see how far we can narrow it down. This is kind of cool, though, that we can get clues.
There are specifications for several ships here. We need to find the Icarus.
Equinus.
Which ship am I looking for again?
The Icarus. We are looking for the Icarus.
Which ship am I looking for again?
The Icarus.
Oh, there it is. Ooh.
We are looking for the Icarus.
Which ship am I looking for again?
Okay.
The Icarus.
I thought we would talk about the other ones.
The Icarus. Here we go.
The ship has enhanced electrostatic discharge cells. They facilitate long-range FTL travel.
So they jumped to the Pylos Nebula by mass relay, then flew to another system.
Yes. Otherwise, they would have chartered a less expensive ship.
Okay. We can rule out the relay system.
So, yep, that would have been the system that we land in when we take the relay over. Can ignore that one. Wouldn't have been there. Right? I still don't regret us looking here because we would have looked at the planets anyway. Right? And kind of like discovering it, I feel like was still fun. But this is cool that we can kind of play more detective trying to break it down.
The locker is secure. We must locate an access card to open it.
Ooh.
What about criminal activity in the Pylos Nebula?
Because the area is part of the Attican Traverse, criminal reports are unreliable at best.
That makes sense. Alright. Ooh, shit.
Access card for the requisitions locker?
Yes. According to records, it was last used by Ann Bryson to obtain equipment for Project Scarab.
Ooh, interesting. Okay, hold on. We'll go to that in a second.
Let's see what Ann Bryson requisitioned for Project Scarab.
What the fuck? Is that a suit? Okay. That's better. I thought that was a whole ass person. I was like, holy shit. Just stuffed in here.
Wind protection gear. Didn't take breathing masks.
Okay.
Based on what Ann Bryson did or did not requisition, the dig site was arid but habitable.
Get me a filter for systems with compatible planets.
Interesting. Assault Rifle Omniblade is in here too. Shit. Man. Okay. Cool. Well. Okay, so we get all that. Is he hurting or is he just screaming? I do want to know if every time I do that, is it pain or is it something else?
We found Prothean data earlier. Are there any ruins in the Pylos Nebula?
Nothing Prothean.
Okay. Alright. We... Ship schematics?
Based on the search data, it is one of these two systems.
Okay. And then... basing it with the equipment.
Based on the data, only one system remains a viable possibility.
Good. Let's go get Ann Bryson.
That is cool, though. Right, because obviously we could just make a beeline for that one. Right, it's like, bam, we know exactly where she is now. And this is cool. This is cool as shit. I'm so glad we did this. Right? I wasn't gonna not do it, but I was definitely like far too in the zone. Right? I was too immersed. I was ready. Right? But we did this, and then I don't think there's anything else. The fact that this is here blows my fucking mind. It's just been there. Right, because it's on like a piece of fabric or something. That's interesting. This was painted. He brought it back. Man. That's something. Okay, so what is Scarab? Are we gonna... I would hope we learn more, but we gotta meet back here with Ann. So we're gonna cut back over. Be good. Pretty cool, right? I'm glad in a way. I am kind of glad that it is optional, because I think it's cool that if you just get the heading, you can just go out there immediately, because it's like super important, super urgent situation. You can figure it out, right? But you can also poke around the lab and find out more, which I'm glad we did. I'm glad we did, because that was actually super sick. So now, finally, and I've been waiting for this, man. We're gonna finish this out today, and it's gonna be great. I'm so excited. This is easily, I think, probably like one of the best parts of this fucking game right now. I am so into this. It's so fucking cool. Dr. Bryson's lab. Man. Honestly, I'm sad that it ends at some point. But...
Hello? Ann? Are you here?
Oh, shit. less exciting.
Ann?
Oh, Commander. Yes, I'm sorry. Just... This is hard.
Yeah, I could tell based on the drawing and like from what we can infer, the fact that he even said he kept the encryption key close to his heart, and that was a drawing that she had made for him. Definitely very close. Not a, and the fact that she even joined him in the project and everything. It's like, yeah, it's fucking rough.
Of course. Are you all right?
Yes. No. I don't know.
You don't need to know yet.
My father and I didn't leave things in a great state.
An argument?
Yes.
Damn it.
It was trivial. A disagreement on how to file some of the specimens. I was mad about something else. I don't remember what. And I took it out on him. So stupid.
That's not stupid. Hindsight's always like that, isn't it? But when you get in a situation like this, it all feels trivial. It's like it was just whatever. In the grand scheme, it is, right? Trivial. But you don't have to remember because it. Well, obviously, it's like it doesn't matter anymore, but shit. I'm intruding. Time is short. I mean, I am intruding. And time is short. But we don't need to kick her while she's down.
It's all right. I can come back.
No, please. I'm okay. Seeing all this again? He was so obsessed. Crazy sometimes.
I didn't get a chance to know him.
Oh, sometimes I felt the same way. He was a great man. A pioneer. But he could be distant. I felt like an inconvenience growing up.
You sound angry.
I was angry. Still am, I guess. But sometimes, he was so full of stories, he nearly burst. I loved that about him. It's why I signed up for this work. I can't believe he's gone.
We'll figure this out.
We have to. I need to know what's on the other end of that artifact. What he died for.
Oh, we're gonna find out. But okay, see, not a perfect father, right? But not all around bad, right? You know, definitely the married to his work type, but man, you're the key to this. Get angry. Cool. I don't know. Well, I mean, at this point, she's the last. She's the last of anyone involved in this. So in a way, yeah, you're kind of the key to this because you're the only one left.
We need your help. You're our last chance.
You're right. Let me dig into my father's work to see what I can find.
Ann, you sure you're up for this?
Yes. When Leviathan took control of me, I remember being somewhere cold and dark. But my father taught me to never be afraid of the dark.
Damn. This is intense. Shit. Well, in a way, I guess it is nice to see that she's not like completely resentful of him, not like, you know, hateful. Like, she's angry about things. Like, of course, who wouldn't be? It's family. It's the way it goes, right? But
I'm still amazed your father got his hands on a piece of a Reaper.
He was so excited. Your claims validated years of work.
Did you take appropriate steps to prevent indoctrination?
Of course. It was completely shielded, and we all had regular psych evals. But now, thanks to the artifact, I'm indoctrinated anyway, aren't I? Might as well be a Arachnite drone waiting for orders from the Queen.
oh my god. Okay, see, that's what I was wondering, and I was worried about. I was like, when we first saw this, it's like indoctrination, hello? But properly shielded. I guess that's nice. So, that brings up an interesting thing. Because he says when we did this, and he got this piece, it validated years of claims. Which means he was researching Reapers before we even became a Spectre. Before Saren even turned. He was already doing this. That's crazy. So they had his team investigating all these kind of like rumors and myths and everything, just to see any sort of validation or validity to them. And then when we met Sovereign and we destroyed him, it was like, no, the Reapers are real. Shit. But no, the fact that that artifact seems to actually give off an indoctrination, but it's a different type. It is very interesting. But also that in the same way with Harbinger and the Collectors, Leviathan seems to also be able to physically possess people. And not just command them. He can command them, but he's also able to assume control. Right? But it's similar but different. It's so strange.
You studied the Arachnite?
I wrote my dissertation on them. My father thought it was a waste of time, but now it might actually help us understand Leviathan.
In what way?
We think of the Arachnite as telepathic, but there's really no such thing. At short range, the Queen uses pheromones to give orders. At long range, she uses an organic kind of quantum entanglement communicator. Whatever Leviathan does must be similar, entangling particles to stimulate neural activity. It uses the artifact to establish a connection, and then it controls the mind of anyone near it.
Ooh. Oh. I mean, if that's true, then it's not exactly indoctrination, then.
Hey, loco. Need a hand?
What? Holy shit, he's here. I was like, where is he? What? Bruh.
What brings you down here, James?
Heard you're closing in on the Reaper killer. Anything that can scare those bastards has to be worth a look.
That's what I'm hoping.
Cool. I like how he just shows up. He's like, yeah, I'm here now. Fascinating.
Commander, you see this thing? This is great.
Oh my god.
Ouch! Hey, Edie. Husk bites, they don't turn you into a husk or anything, right?
I recommend you apply Metagel.
God damn it. Messing around, James. Sir.
Hey, if nobody claims this thing, we could take it with us. You know, for research or, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, why not? Put it on the... I don't know if I'd put it in my cabin, but we could We put it on your table. No fucking way, really? That's funny. That's actually. Oh my god. I mean, is it stealing? I don't know.
All right. Just don't tell anybody.
Nice.
Okay,
You
it's
think
right
Esteban will
here.
let me set up bowling pins in the cargo bay?
Oh my god. That's great. So we got the fucking husk head now. God damn it. That's great. I love that. But no, I was thinking, right? If her hypothesis is accurate, then that would mean that this isn't exactly indoctrination as much as it is almost kind of like almost like an antenna. Or not even an antenna, right? That thing sits there, it kind of like tingles the people around it, right? And then he, Leviathan, he essentially bounces off of the darkness marble and connects to the people, and then he can kind of do his thing, right? They're not in. So if he's not doing that, are they? Would because he's not controlling like the people on TGS. He's not actively controlling them like directly. Like way he was speaking to us, he's not doing that with everybody, but he might be. He might have just like been able to like send orders to them, and they're just kind of on autopilot. Maybe.
We didn't detect any energy emissions from the artifact.
But the Reapers were able to use the artifact to trace Leviathan somehow.
My theory is that most of the time, the artifact simply acts as a receiver. We'll only be able to trace Leviathan through it when it actively takes control of someone.
As it did on the asteroid.
Right. Unless it needs something, Leviathan doesn't bother communicating. I guess it and my father had something in common.
Damn. That's
You
cold.
said Leviathan's control was similar to a quantum entanglement communicator, which is untraceable.
Yes, but this isn't a natural QEC. Leviathan has to send a pulse through the artifact to alter your mind and create the quasi-QEC effect.
And that can be traced.
Right. Just like at the dig site. The Reapers were tracing the signal by activating the artifact. My father wanted to be at that dig site. He was getting too old for long digs, but he hated being stuck in the lab. He nearly missed my graduation because he was on a dig. Showed up still wearing his field gear. God, he'd have hated dying here.
I mean, that does suck, right? Man. He showed up, though, which is more than I've seen happen for a lot of people. So, I mean, that's nice, at least. But that is some interesting insight. So it acts. So it is definitely different than indoctrination. Right? But then how do they... Right? He only communicates when he needs to. And so when he's not doing it, how does that work? How does it work when he's not doing it and the artifact is around people? Right? The TGS thing, it's really in my mind because I'm like, okay, if he's not actively like essentially like possessing somebody, then how are they functioning to do like his work that he wants them to do?
Ann, I know this is hard, but if there's anything more you can tell us.
I don't think there's anything more I can tell you. But maybe I can show you.
What are you saying?
The artifact only sends out a signal when Leviathan's controlling someone. So let it control me. You could trace the signal.
Oh, you crazy. This is dangerously genius. Shit. Too risky. Worth a shot. Why would he control you, though? That's the thing. I mean, maybe because okay, if he is looking for these and this is here, then I guess, yeah, that could draw him to it. So, maybe. And it's not like he's intentionally hurting, but the thing is, he put the other guy in like a permanently vegetative state. And he's probably not coming out of that. That's the permanent, right? It's like if that happens to it, that is the risk we run with her. Too risky. Worth a shot. I mean, it is worth a shot. God damn it. I don't know, maybe not it just feels so... It's not my call. It's not my call. Like, in a way, kind of, but she's the one volunteering. Right?
I don't like it, but we're out of options.
You know better than I do what Leviathan's capable of when threatened. I know it's a long shot, but I have to do this. You're looking for something to fight the Reapers, Commander. I'm looking for the monster that murdered my father.
We still don't know what we're looking for.
Then let's find out.
Oh, fuck.
Commander, this thing we're doing with Ann sounds dangerous as hell.
Uh-huh.
Noted. Edie?
Energy signature locked in. Waiting for activation.
Oh, boy. You don't have to do this. Are you ready? No, we're going all in.
This is pretty gutsy.
I don't know about guts. Crazy, maybe.
I'm gonna be right here.
Okay. I'm ready.
Yeah, she starts to
James.
get...
Drop the containment shield.
She gets wild. You just, like,
Shield
kind of
is
hold her.
dropped.
Artifact online.
Anything?
Nothing yet. Wait. There's something. I feel a chill.
Oh,
Edie?
No trace yet.
Holy hell!
Oh.
Signal is tracking. Maintain connection.
Turn back. The darkness can't be breached.
Yo!
Maintain connection.
What does that mean,
Listen
though?
to me. I found you, and the Reapers are right behind me.
You have brought them.
You are a threat.
So are you. I've seen what you can do. The war needs you.
What?
There is no war. There is only the harvest.
Edie, do we have enough?
Partial lock. Maintain connection to narrow the search.
You heard her. We got enough. I'm hitting the shield.
No.
Do
not...
it.
It's n-
Man.
Man. We got enough to make it work. I feel like if we had kept pushing it, yes, we probably could have gotten a more exact, but I don't know if it was worth the risk. Because it could have, I don't know what it would have done to her, he would have done to her, if we would have even gotten more, if he would have even stayed connected that long, I don't know. It wasn't worth the risk, especially when she's like, good enough. He's like, we figure it out. Okay.
Anne, can you remember anything?
Cold. Darkness. I don't know. It's blurry. I'm sorry.
It's okay. Did we get anything?
Yes, but it will take some time to search. Coordinates sent to the Normandy.
That's fine.
Good. It's a start.
Yeah.
Commander, I sense something else. Anger.
It knows we're getting close.
I think it wants to kill you.
Come on. Let's get you some help.
He wants to kill you. What doesn't, honestly, at this rate? Get in line, Leviathan. But no, that's interesting. It said we brought them. We brought them. And it's like, there's no war, there is only the harvest. It's like, what the fuck? Because he did say, when we were in TGS, right, he said, we bring only death. And so was the entire idea... I do want to know, is he meaning like we bring death by us following this trail and trying to track him down? We're essentially bringing death to more people needlessly? Or, based on this, it definitely seems like he completely blames us for the Reapers coming back. I'm not really sure. Because they were going to come back anyway, right? We stopped Sovereign, which pissed off the Reapers a little bit. Then we shut down their operation with the Collectors, Mass Effect 2, right? And so we have... And on top of that, we blew up the mass relay, which delayed their invasion even longer. So it's like... Why is it our fault? That's an interesting accusation. I feel like he's not blindly saying it. Like, there's a reason behind it. I want to know what that is. Shit. Okay, we got 3 options. What a bold statement, too, to tell him that the war needs him. Like, we were... That would be some shit. Like, if we actually went out of our way to actually try to recruit him. Just like, hey, man, come on board. We're gonna stop your... We're gonna stop your friends. Well, I guess they're not your friends. We're gonna stop the others. The other Reapers. Right, just get him as a war asset. Just like, yeah. On the final attack to take back Earth, there's just like, among all the other fleets and everything, there's just a whole ass Reaper. Okay, I think we're good to go back. EDs mark possible locations for Leviathan on the galaxy map. Scan the locations and find Leviathan. Okay. I don't think there's anywhere else for us to look at here. Right? So, back to the Normandy, and then back to space. Because we've done this. Now, we're gonna go feed the fish. That is urgent. Right? Because I've been feeding them. We're gonna keep feeding them. But I know every, like, stage of this technically counts, I guess, as a mission. So I don't want to take any chances with these guys. I don't. I won't. Is the head in here? There it is. That's so weird, man. I do think it's really funny that Jason's like, can we just, like, take this? Yeah. That's funny. Holy shit. It actually reacted to our boy Boo. Oh my god, are you afraid? You better don't scare him. I'm gonna turn you around. Swear to God. Got any new emails? Oh shit. Still kicking. Grace Sato. Oh shit. Commander Shepard, just want to say how indebted I am to you. Not just for saving my life, but for giving me a greater sense of purpose. After our ordeal securing the array base on Antarum, I now know I have something more than my technical expertise to offer. Grace Sato, systems technician, 3rd grade. Yeah, we helped. We saved her, right? We beat the shit out of Cerberus. Got her out of there. right? Which is a good thing. It's a good thing. And she's part of our war assets now, right? She's part of the project. Now, I don't know, but I am curious if they have anything else, if these guys have anything to say.
Commander?
Yeah.
I have formulated a psych profile for Dr. Ann Bryson. She is not used to death, but she may be quite capable under stress.
Noted.
How's the ship holding up, Edie?
The envelope of mass-free space we create when we travel at FTL limits any impact of micro-collisions with ambient dust.
Ambient dust, micro-collisions.
Some ablation does occur at subluminal speeds.
The ablation.
Normandy will need maintenance before the year is out.
If we live that long, I will totally spring for it.
Yeah, all that ablation out there. It's, yeah, you can really see it when you're looking for it. You notice it, right? But when you gotta have an eye for that kind of thing, right? Ablation. So now let's get back.
Commander?
Great. All right, team. We have some options on where to go. Now it's about which one of these options is right. It is interesting he didn't cut connection, though, because I was thinking about it, and it made me wonder. Because if he knew we were tracing him, I guess he didn't know we were tracing him, right? But if we were talking, so I feel like he would have heard us, been like, oh, we're getting the connection, right? If he did, I feel like he would have severed it. But it is interesting how we took down the shield, and he immediately showed up. Immediately. He's like, yeah, like, I need to fucking talk to Shepard. Leave me alone. The darkness must not be breached. Right, and they do talk about, so far, two people talked about how it's very cold and dark. Right, and I do wonder, is that just the feeling, or are they experiencing the location that Leviathan is at, like, through the connection? Oh no. Alright. Terapso. A hydrogen-helium gas giant with an abundance of nitrogen in its atmosphere. Terapso was notable because of its independence from the government of Chalkos, as well as from any other governing body. As a result, it colonized moons and orbital stations, overseeing the Helium-3 recovery, were neutral meeting grounds for all manner of deals between terminus governments, warlords, or crime figures. So a very no man's land kind of meeting. The Reapers appear to have cursorily bombarded many of the moons and machinery here. It is possible there are survivors. No plans exist detailing the extensive tunnel networks that run to the moon's surfaces, but it is likely that without rescue or food shipments, any inhabitants will die off soon. Damn, they were shut down.
Signal confirmed.
Ooh, over at Chalkos. Alright, Selvos. Chalkos' binary twin is a barren world that's always seemed like a better terraforming prospect than it is. Its temperatures are quite tolerable for sapient life, and its gravity is suitable for retaining a thick atmosphere. Its location close to Chalkos makes for a tempting investment. Two garden worlds so close together would benefit from mutual trade and, if nothing else, tourism due to their near unique status. It does seem really too good. However, Selvos has minimal water. Early attempts at creating a hydrosphere met with slow progress that only Chalkos' Asari could love. The death of the colonists on Selvos and Chalkos have dashed any hope for terraforming in the near future. Selvos is now a wasteland of punctured domed habitats and its orbital stations are slag. The Reapers have moved on. Damn. No, the second they punctured domed habitats, it was like, oh, they were attacked. Damn. It was a rough place anyway, so. Damn. Lasir. Lasir is a low-density world notable for its appearance in the Asari exploitation hollow blue steel. God damn it. One of humanity's first attempts to market entertainment galactically. The promotional campaign assured viewers that it was filmed on location in the most dangerous section of the galaxy, the Terminus systems. In fact, the cast and crew were relatively safe, occupying a space station that orbited an unremarkable, lifeless planet. Of course, it was all nonsense, right? This here space station's housed a largely Asari crew teleoperating robo-mining of uranium. When Blue Steel was released, human audiences still thought of this as an exotic profession. Today, it would induce yawns. Boring. Been there, done that. The Reapers have destroyed the orbital stations around Lasir. They moved on. It's not known if anyone managed to escape. Damn. Filming ground. What do we got? Akraya? Tidally locked to its parent star, Mill. Akraya is a small rock planet that never bore much development due to the Asari on Chalkos and Selvos having limited resources and instead focusing their efforts on more welcoming worlds. Old scans indicate that it may have an abundance of nickel. It may not even. It could. Alright, Chalkos. Man. Kinda dark. Chalkos is notable for being one of the few garden worlds in the Milky Way that is also part of a binary planet system. Both it and its heavenly twin, Selvos, are in a stable orbit with one another, in addition to orbiting the star Mill. Chalkos' greenhouse gases lead to a hotter climate than Earth, and the solar eclipses caused by Selvos, while common, are not frequent enough to be a good solar shade. This did not prevent a colony from springing up, largely Asari and their varying species of mates. It's far from an idyllic settlement. Like many Terminus worlds, it was rife with farmers growing psychoactive substances, armed gangs with genetic engineering that would be illegal in council space, but aside from the maddening heat and photo period, it was quite inhabitable. Reapers turned Chalkos to rubble. Damn, just straight up. Just done. Emergency broadcast caught in the light cone coming from the planet indicated that the Reapers used ground forces to invade and spent little time harvesting. As they departed, the Reapers bombarded the planet from orbit, either because they needed to reinforce another front quickly or had gathered the data on genetic engineering they needed. They were in and out. Little time harvesting, and then they bombarded the planet. Jesus. No shot. What was this? Husk neural map. That sounds incredibly useful. Okay. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Ooh, secret planet. Maybe. It is. It's so tiny. A silicaceous asteroid, Milasi? Milasi is rich in olivine and pyroxene. The Asari colonizing Chalkos set up habitats on Milasi, mostly to oversee a large-scale project in which smaller asteroids would be flown to Chalkos. There, the olivine would be recovered and used in sequestering the planet's carbon dioxide. As with many Asari projects, this was expected to take decades or centuries before generating an appreciable effect on the planet's climate. So it's long-term investment. The station here had been bombarded by the Reapers. The effect on the integrity of the asteroid is unknown, but it does not appear to be breaking apart just yet. Not yet. Perhaps soon. But they've been... They came and went, so it's probably fine. They're not coming back. Search unsuccessful. Scans of the planet's surface show no evidence of Leviathan's energy signature. Continue your search.
No sign of Leviathan at these coordinates.
It's okay. That's fine. One down. Cytophet. Let's go there next. We'll just kind of cruise in here, right?
I found something.
Just want to see if there's anything else. Oop. Oh, that might be the only thing here. All right. 2181 Eubolos. Like the other planets in the system, 2181 Eubolos is an unknown quantity. It appears to be a hydrogen-helium gas giant surrounded by the usual complement of moons and rings. Scans reveal no detectable artificial satellites. So just kind of not really doing anything. They're all 2181. 2181 Arion. This rock planet is only known for space probes, and there are no records of its exploration. It appears to have a moderate atmosphere of hydrogen and helium over an icy surface. So this has been relatively ignored. 2181 Despoina. This planet was only spotted recently by human space probes, and no records indicate it has been explored since. I mean, that's a pretty good place to hide if I was to say, right? Scans indicate it's covered in an ocean of liquid water and has a nitrogen oxide atmosphere. It is highly likely to have at least some photosynthetic life. But it was only spotted recently by human space probes. So for the most part, this has been completely untouched and ignored. Not even ignored, they didn't know it existed. Can't ignore it if you don't know it. Oh shit. Search successful. Scans reveal a faint trace of Leviathan's energy signature. Closer examination required for confirmation.
These coordinates match our trace of Leviathan.
Oh shit. Yep. Good place to hide. Nobody ever knew this place existed. And I do wonder, recently, by space probes, but that doesn't mean they sent anybody here. They just probably saw the planet. We're like, oh, look at that. Wow. Ooh. Man. Alright. Well. Ooh, what is... I kind of want to bring Javik, obviously, because it's... Right, but then... Who else? Kinda Edie. Liara would be really good in case we really start, you know, having some serious shit go down. Obviously Garrus would be incredible. Tally would be... We are a Javik. We go with them again. Right, because this is also a site. It'd be all our work together. It's not that this is another dig site, but it is such a unique opportunity, right, that I feel like Liara would appreciate. You know what? I want to mess with the Talon. Okay, we do that. Bring the weight down. You know what? Let's do that. Actually, the headshot damage. Right, because I can aim for their heads. I can do that very deliberately. These guys cannot do that as deliberately. Yeah, I'm gonna give you back this because I feel like this was really good, especially when you get real caught up. Starts to worry me. Close range. No, I'm gonna keep that one though. This is an undiscovered world.
Cortez, what's the status on the probe we launched?
Tracking it now, Commander. I've confirmed that Leviathan's signal originates from this planet. Heard how, Ann helped us locate it. It's pretty spooky stuff.
Given the circumstances, what are we expecting to find down there?
Bryson's team called it a Reaper killer. From what we've seen, it doesn't want to be found.
It doesn't have a choice. We're here.
Yes, but then what? If this is a Reaper, how can we ally ourselves with it? They are monsters, never to be trusted.
I mean, here's the thing. You're not wrong, right? But its intentions... It's not acting like the rest of them. If it wanted to do what the rest of them have been doing, it would. Right? And I don't want to... I can't assume, like, oh, it's got some kind of, like, ulterior motive. Like, it's actually working with the... I don't know. Right? We don't really know what the hell it actually wants, what its plan is. But monsters never to be trusted. I mean, kinda, yeah, but we're not making friends. It's the cost of winning.
Nobody says we have to be friends with it. But if this thing has the rest of the Reapers worried, then we need its help.
Commander, new readings from the probe. It's narrowed down Leviathan's location. You're not gonna like it.
Let's hear it.
There's nothing but ocean. I show a concentration of structures floating on the surface, but the probe's giving us a signal below that. Way below.
Underwater?
Looks that way. The shuttle should still be able to reach it.
Yo! That's cool.
Kodiak is spec'd to nearly 1,000 atmospheres, but I've never actually tested that.
Guess we're gonna find out.
Whoa.
Status! Some kind of pulse hit us! Systems are shutting down! Brace for impact!
Do a fucking EMP. Jesus. Okay, he knows we're here. He doesn't.
Everyone all right?
I've survived far worse, Commander.
How's the shuttle, Cortez?
Checking now. I'll see if I can get power restored.
Copy that. We'll look around.
Look at all
so
this.
fucking cool.
Whatever that pulse was,
Man.
we're not the first to get hit.
This is so
Could be
sick.
Leviathan's last line of defense.
Oh my god. Can I climb up here? No. This is so fucking cool, dude. Holy shit. I love ice planets, water planets, cool as hell. But like actually being on the ground, the waves, this shit, the fact that the entire planet is water, and Leviathan is obviously perfectly fine living under the waves. Like it would be completely unthreatened down there. Be hidden perfectly. And I assume these were other vessels that have made their way, didn't make it, or...
This is a place of death. Those ships look like they've been drifting for years.
Yeah. Ships show up, they get hit by the pulse, they just get stuck here. They crash. Nobody gets out. Okay. Well, I don't know what's gonna happen. So I'm just gonna prepare. Just in case. You don't know. Right? But I just wanna be prepared. Survey data. Great. What kind of survey data that is? I am curious. So neat. Yeah, this is cool as shit. Can't believe we're actually...
Shepard, it's one of the artifacts.
Explains why no one gets out of here.
Hold on, we're gonna talk about that in a second. M55 Argus. That has an assault rifle? Damn. What's so special about you? The Argus is a high-powered rifle favored by senior CSEC officers. Next to a close-range weapon, it bursts of fire. Its bursts of fire ensure ammunition conservation during lengthy conflicts. Other law enforcement agencies across the galaxy are adopting the Argus as their standard rifle as much as possible for its intimidation factor as its suppression power. As much for its intimidation factor as its suppression power. By the way, big capacity, pretty good. Not bad. It is heavy. Obviously, we're not going to use it, right? And, I mean, we got the Typhoon. Hard to go back on that. But it is interesting. Whoa. See, this is what I mean. They crashed here, they died. Just got stuck.
Any idea how old these are?
Old enough not to stink.
Old enough not to stink. Shit. Atten Brooks. Data log. Datapad log. The hull will hold. That's what they say. Whatever god watches over EZO prospectors came through for us. Despite a hell of a smack into the water landing, the MSV Monarch displaces enough air to stay afloat. We're all thankful we're alive. Captain Pratt even ordered the champagne broken out. Helps perspective, I guess. The big puzzle? What downed us in the first place? Kanshan says it wasn't lightning. Some kind of pulse. A directed energy weapon? Seems likely. But where would it have come from? There's no radio traffic. The whole bloody ocean is silent. Tonight the techs are going to try rerouting the power to get a good mass drop before getting the thrusters firing. If all goes well, we'll be airborne in 24 hours. Damn. That shit did not work. Pure EZOs.
Up there!
What? Whoa,
Reapers!
shit.
They were right behind us!
Protect the shuttle!
What the fuck? Defend the shuttle. Wait. Oh, shit. It's an artifact. Do we blow it up? Do we break it? I don't know. That's what it seems like he wants us to do. Yeah, that's probably not a great idea, but I don't want to get indoctrinated. Shit. Maybe he'll appreciate that. Maybe we earned his favor. Right?
Cortez, situation.
Because we chose to destroy it. God damn it. God, just coming out of fucking... coming out of orbit like that. It's so... Man, we didn't really see it happen from below. That's scary. And that's still really high up there. Like, imagine you're on a planet, you just see, like...
Almost there, Commander.
like Earth, where you see just, like, a bunch of those descending. And just like, fuck. Okay, you're supposed to go that way, but you didn't. Ooh. Great job. Shit, there's another one. There's
Cortez,
multiple.
What happened to almost there?
Out of development, Commander. Fixing it now.
What the fuck? There's multiple artifacts. Is there another one? Oh. Nope. Jesus.
Cortez, I need that bird in the air.
Yeah, we're hurting.
Just a few seconds.
Ah, shit. God damn it. Okay. Oh, he's going down. There's another one. Shit. Okay, we're FREAKIN.
Give us some cover fire.
Copy that.
No, he's mine. Did you take him from me? Shit. That's right. It's mine. God damn it. Shit. The waves. Okay, is there another artifact? Are they drawn because they're here? Ooh. Okay, it's just a husk. What the hell is this?
Another pulse hit me. Flight control scrambled.
Oh shit, no!
Cortez is in trouble. Get to him.
Oh god damn it. Fuck. Shit. Damn it. Fuck. Alright guys. Well, we gotta... Got him.
Commander, I've got enemy contact. Under fire.
Dude, I swear to fucking god if anything happens to him. Don't you fucking dare.
I need some backup at the shuttle.
I'm working on it. Oof. Jesus. Alright. Okay, it's going okay so far. Cortez. Okay. Ugh.
Okay, we're clear.
Nice work, Commander.
Excellent.
But there's a development. We need to talk.
A development? I don't like the words. Oh, you son of a bitch. How do I open this? I just shoot it. Damn. Did it move? Or did I break it? I feel like I broke it, right? Like this penetrated. How do I open this piece of shit? Hello? What is... That's a mech suit. Salvage xenotechnology. Oh, come on. We might not be able to open this yet, but I want to know if we can. Oh, god damn it. I want in. Ultralight materials for pistol. Great. Good shit. Ooh. Okay, what's going on?
Status.
Shuttle's a mess, Commander. That pulse knocked it right out of the air. We're not going anywhere.
The Normandy could extract us.
Same thing would happen to her. And the landing won't be as pretty. I'd say Leviathan has some sort of defense system in place.
Shit. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, we're good. Nice job.
Then we aren't getting out of here until we find it. So how do we do that?
Well, you might be able to use a mech. Looks like it's rigged for diving.
Wait, diving? Oh shit. Okay, this is... I thought it was gonna be like... Fuck. Cool. Hell yeah.
Diving mech?
It's a Triton model. Military grade. Repurposed for deep sea exploration. As long as the seawater hasn't corroded, it should be good to go.
So sick, dude. Okay, so first off, yeah, the fact that the pulse would actually take out the Normandy too. Yeah, let's not do that. You say so. I'm in.
I'm game. We chased Leviathan this far. Let's finish this.
It's a long ways down. Not gonna sugarcoat it.
I hear you. Time's wasted.
Wait a minute. Are we seriously considering?
First, we'll need to restore power to get that cargo door open.
How?
It appears we are.
These old Ballard-class ships are equipped with exterior power sockets. They use them for emergency repairs. We can strip the cells from the shuttle and use those for juice. Hang on, I'll get you started. Got a cell for you, Commander. Find somewhere to plug that in.
Oh, we're doing it, guys. We are. Oh, this is gonna be so cool. Holy shit. We're gonna dive. We're gonna dive to the bottom
Another power cell for you, Commander.
Here they come! Get another power cell, Shepard!
of the
We'll hold them
planet.
off!
Oh. Jesus. Alright, hold on. Hold on. Oh, that's you. Okay. You know what? They got it handled. I mean, kinda. I mean, for the most part. Okay, so I already did this one. Can I just do it again? I just keep juicing the same spot. Because it's all about the main power. So, that's cool. Ooh. The second I rolled into the wall. Fuck. Damn it. Okay. It's all good. Let's use that one in this. Great.
We must hurry!
It'll be good, don't worry. It's fine. I just need us to not die while we're doing this. So, I'm just gonna take the liberty to kind of pop off a little bit. Gotta be a little bit more tactically aware. I say that now, but, you know, maximum awareness.
For you, Commander. Find somewhere to plug that in.
Nope. I want to take him out. I don't want to, no chances. Oh god, there's two of them? Shit. Oh, the diving suit has been destroyed. That's different. That's new. That's unfortunate. Okay. Okay, shit. There's a lot of... Okay. A lot of multitasking. I guess I don't have to focus on them so much. Right, I should let them kind of do it, but also still... Not, like, completely neglect. And then we end up, like, really screwed ourselves over. Shit, whoa, get down. Fuck. Oh god. No, hold on. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Hold on. We gotta keep this juice up, because I realized that's what destroyed it last time. I think. Right, we let it get too low. It was real bad.
Find somewhere to plug that in.
Ooh. Okay, great. I'm gonna go to the same slot because I trust it. Okay. Okay, go, go, go. 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 Cloaking. Okay, running back. Running back, running back. Big speed. I worry though, to be fair, that we're taking the power cells out of our exit vehicle for this. You know? Ooh, hell yeah.
That neck is all yours. It should still have weapons capability.
The fact that we shot that through this and it was openable anyway, I think is kind of wild. Thank you, Black Widow. Triton ADS.
Get to that neck, Commander. We can use
Cool.
the help.
Oh man, we haven't been in one of these for a while. Man, it wasn't until like it was like Grissom Academy. I think we got one like just after that, but man, so strong. No. Bad. Down. Stop. Alright. Are we done?
That did it. Looks like we're in the clear now, Commander.
Learn their lesson.
Good. I need to get in the water before they come back.
Roger that. Walk the mech back to me when you're ready to dive. I should check it over first.
This is so cool. I can't believe we're literally gonna free jump into the goddamn ocean and just go down.
All right, Commander. Let's get you out of there, and I'll do a systems check.
Cool.
Commander, risk is rarely a hindrance. But this plan, even I would hesitate.
You fool not
Come
to.
too far to stop now. The way home is through Leviathan.
Okay, SEALs check out. Oxygen pressure is nominal. Systems are a go. It's as ready as I can make it.
Great. Oh my god. So this is, I mean, in a way, like, we're kind of screwed anyway. Right? Like, I mean, we just said it too. Right, shuttle's down. We're not getting out of here anytime soon. Just by sitting and waiting. Reapers are going to keep coming in. Our best shot is ironically enough, Leviathan.
Let's go.
Shepard.
I'll be fine. Closing
See you
hatch.
soon.
Engaging systems. Ready.
Testing comlink.
I read you.
Here goes.
Commencing dive in 3, 2, 1.
Jesus. Oh my god, I hate that. I hate that so much.
Looks good so far. Copy that.
I hate the ocean.
Cortez? Cortez!
Dude, fuck this. Holy shit. No. That is the worst feeling. Oh my god. I'm assuming that was just for the pressure. Jesus. We are so far down.
Not sure if you can read me up there. Looks like I finished the major descent. Can't see much from here. Suit is holding out. Emergency systems have come online. Life support operational.
The depth. 3,000 meters. Oh my god. The giant jellyfish? Like, this is so fucking cool. This looks so rad. Oh my god. This is great.
Scanner
Ominous as
indicates
hell.
the probe is below my position. Looking for a way down.
I assume we jump. That definitely looks like well, obviously pieces of the ships above, right?
Shutting down all non-critical systems to preserve remaining power.
That's a good
Not sure
idea.
how much juice the emergency thruster will need to get me back to the surface. Can't worry about that now.
I know we can't think about that yet, but that is 3,000 meters vertical. We gotta go.
Getting some strange readings from the probe. Something is definitely down there.
I mean, he set up this pulse security system, which could either be coming from him, or it could be something that he set up here. Or something. Anything, really. Right? He could set it up as its own system, or it could be him doing the pulse. But I do think it's very interesting that on the ship up there were 3 artifacts, one of which was locked up with the diving suit. The others were on the surface, right? Which makes me think, was he trying to collect these? Right? Was he getting these other ships to collect them and then bring them back here, and then they would crash, but then they would stay on the planet? That's like such a stretch. It kind of sounds ridiculous now that I say it out loud. But it just seems really weird that that ship had 3 on it, and it happened to be here. Right?
Reading the probe directly below me.
Oh no.
Looks like the final drop.
Makes me suspicious. Whoa. Okay, alright. Oh man. I don't know where else to really look. But we're already in the danger zone for pressure. Oh, that's so far. Oh, this seems like such a...
Can't see anything just yet.
That is so bright. Oh my god. Jeez, okay, it's just the ground.
Found the probe. Seems intact. I'm gonna keep moving.
Find Leviathan. Great. That is a bright-ass light. That is insanely bright for somewhere so dark as the bottom of the ocean.
What is that?
That came from down there. The bubbles came up. I don't like it. Oh god. He knows we're here. Is that rocks? It's all rocks. What? Wait. Is it
Come too far.
No way. It's organic.
I had to find you.
This is not your domain. You have breached the darkness.
You killed a Reaper. I need to know why.
They are the enemy. One that seeks our extermination.
But I thought you were a Reaper.
They are only echoes. We existed long before.
Then what are you?
Something more.
What? 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 Long before.
Mind belongs to me. Breathe.
Ann. What's happening?
Your memories give voice to our words. Your nature will be revealed to us. Accept this.
What the fuck is happening? This is insanity. Dude, what the fuck? Wait a minute. So, okay, that is literally the visage of a Reaper, but he's organic. It's a creature. It's alive. It's not a machine. It's not synthetic. It lives. And he said that they existed before the Reapers are echoes. And it's like, what are you? Something more. What does that mean? This is so what the
The galaxy's at war with the Reapers. You defeated one. Why aren't you fighting back?
There is no war. There is only the harvest.
Then help us stop it.
None have possessed the strength in past cycles. Your own species could be destroyed with a single thought. But you are different. I have witnessed your actions in this cycle. The destruction of Sovereign. The fall of the Collectors. The Reapers perceive you as a threat.
Oh yeah.
And I must understand why.
Oh, he's curious about that.
Before the cycles, our kind was the apex of life in the galaxy. The lesser species were in our thrall, serving our needs. We grew more powerful and they were cared for, but we could not protect them from themselves. Over time, the species built machines that then destroyed them. Tribute does not flow from a dead race. To solve this problem, we created an intelligence with a mandate to preserve life at any cost. As the intelligence evolved, it studied the development of civilizations. Its understanding grew until it found a solution. In that instant, it betrayed us. It chose our kind as the first harvest. From our essence, the first Reaper was created. You call it Harbinger.
Holy shit. No fucking way. No way. Come on. Really? That's insane. Cause okay, part of me was thinking about that, right? We talked about it earlier, right? Especially with the Geth situation, and how it's like, when we had freed Rannoch, and it was like, oh, we are the Reaper that was there was saying that they do the harvest, they wipe out life to protect life, so that life can exist, to bring order to the chaos by purging it. And that lines up perfectly with this, because they created this. The fact that it's like, oh, the humans created machines that destroyed them, right? But they created the Leviathan, his people, right? His guys. They created the mandate to preserve life at all costs. And so, when they were betrayed, it was because it learned that the one in the thinking, right? An harbinger. The thinking of, in order to protect life, it must be controlled. It must be culled, in a way, right? I can't fucking believe this. What the fuck? It shows our kind as the first harvest. From our essence, the first Reaper was created. Harbinger. Dude. Fucking what? So so Harbinger was the first Reaper. Because I had thought about that. And I had said, I talked about it first, like, oh, they came from somewhere, someone created them. There was a first Reaper. It could be Harbinger, it could be something else, right? And it was Harbinger. He is the first Reaper. And that's why he looks like Leviathan, because it was made from their essence in their image. And obviously, as more Reaper capital ships were created, they were created in that same image. And he's the last of his kind. And the darkness must not be breached. That is the darkness of, like, the ocean here, like, coming down here to his place must not be breached, because if the Reapers did get a hold of the artifacts, they would have been able to either see this or trace it back or do what we did in a way, potentially. But regardless, I'm sorry. This just, I know we have to ask all these questions, and I can't wait. But this shit, holy fuck, this thing threw me. This is so fucking rad. I think this is probably the best part of this whole game. I think this is the best part of Mass Effect 3 so far. This shit is great.
You built that machine despite what you saw the other races experience. Why?
You cannot conceive of a galaxy that bends to your will. Every creature, every nation, every planet we discovered became our tools. We were above the concerns of lesser species. The intelligence was envisioned as simply another tool.
And now we all pay the price for your mistake.
There was no mistake. It still serves its purpose.
It does. They're still doing it. The harvest. That's why he's saying there's no war. There's only the harvest. That's what they do to preserve life. The harvest. And so there isn't a war. We are fighting back. We're fighting the war. To the Reapers, this isn't a war. This is just Tuesday.
How did the intelligence defeat you?
To find a solution, it required information. Physical data drawn from organic life in the cosmos. It created an army of pawns that searched the galaxy, gathering this data. There was no warning. No reason given when they turned against us. Only slaughter. Only the harvest.
What the fuck? So they don't even know the reason. Right? Like, we're speculating the reason, but so they just, all, like, Leviathan knows is that they went to go gather information, and the next thing they know, they were being harvested.
How did you remain hidden all this time?
Our extermination was not complete. Some survived and found refuge in the dark corners of the galaxy. I am their progeny. Over the cycles, the Thrall races were controlled, removing traces of our existence as we directed them to. In this way, our survival was kept secret from the Reapers. Today, we reach out through the fragments and watch for discovery.
Fragments? You mean the artifacts we found?
They provide a window into the galaxy. Tools for exploring the events of this cycle from the safety of this world. Through them, we watch, we study, and remain in the shadows.
Holy shit. So there's a chance he's not the last one. There could be more. And they've completely disappeared. Completely disappeared. Gone. Hidden. and they use the marbles to see, like a seeing stone, into the galaxy, and they can peek around and look, and they can control people through them. So what he was doing with TGS, that was just seeing what's happening. He's just observing, he's just messing around to see what's, like, just a curiosity thing. Because the fact that he says it too, we watch, we study, and we remain in the shadows, right? But he says that he still enthralls the other races, the lesser species, right, to erase their traces of existence. So, in a way, what he's and they are doing is similar to what the Reapers do. When they harvest and they go to leave, they try to leave absolutely zero evidence of their existence. I guess they learned it from them, in a way. Or not learned it from them, but they got the same mindset when it comes to that. But the Reapers, I've heard enough. The Crucible. Oh boy. I'm sorry, this is so fucking rad. Ah, my god.
Tell me about the Reapers.
Each harvest ends with the birth of a Reaper.
Yeah.
Perfect in its design. Each formed in Harbinger's image. Our image. Each Reaper has the power to influence organics. Over countless cycles, this ability was refined, perfected, and gave rise to indoctrination.
Gave rise to indoctrination. So, that makes sense, right? Because when we saw the Reaper in Mass Effect 2, it definitely seemed like the Reaper larva, right? The fact that it looked human. My thinking is that was going to be like the internal of the Reaper. I don't imagine that was going to literally be like the capital ship size Reaper, right? Because that's massive, right? This I could see being like a ground force, right? One of the bigger ones, because it was like human looking, right? It had arms and a head, skeleton, right? But the fact that it even says here, right, made in Harbinger's image, explains why they all the capital ships look exactly the same, right? So it's by design, intentionally made in his image. They all have the power to influence organics. So similar to what the Leviathan, I guess the Leviathan species, right? I guess they could be, we don't actually know what they're called yet, but the Leviathans, right? Let's just call them that for now, right? Until we know. But Leviathan, they can influence organics too. But these guys, the Reapers, same ability, but they were able to perfect it, refine it, make it better. Right? And even though it melts the minds of basically anybody that gets fully indoctrinated, it's the fact that it works. They can't question it. They can't resist it. They don't know, really, that it's happening. And if they do, it's too late.
What's the point of all these harvests?
The intelligence has one purpose: preservation of life. That purpose is not being fulfilled. It directed the Reapers to create the mass relays to speed the time between cycles for greatest efficiency. The galaxy itself became an experiment. Evolution its tool.
Will it ever end?
Unknown. Until the intelligence finds what it's looking for, the harvest will continue.
So it's literally, it is similar to what I was saying in Mass Effect 1. Just like, it's like an ant farm to them. They're literally just, they created the mass relays to speed up the evolution and the advancement of the species so that they could harvest faster, sooner. Right? But the thing is, it's still like, why though? Right? And even he doesn't know. He doesn't even know what they want. The preservation of life is, I feel like, in and of itself, an unending goal. Like, you'll never actually reach it, because the preservation of life would imply that life could not cease to exist, and therefore it would be preserved. So, in a way, I guess, maybe to them, by harvesting and then it becoming a reaper, the essence of that species, that in itself is preserved, life preserved. I guess, maybe not? We don't know. He doesn't even know. Until the intelligence finds what it is looking for, the harvest will continue. But it doesn't seem like they're looking. Are they looking for? I don't even know what they're looking for. What would they be looking for? If their goal is the preservation of life, it doesn't feel like I can't imagine an end game. What would that even look like? But either way, it's an experiment. It's exactly what it felt like when Sovereign was talking Mass Effect 1. And I was thinking about that shit. Right? It's just like, they're just watching us, they're raising us in a specific way, they're directing everything. So that, the mass relays, and we discover space, and do this, and everything evolves on a very predictable path. There's a goal, but it also, like he says, like very you're just like watching, seeing what happens, and then you harvest. Then you do it again.
What do you know about the Crucible?
We have watched its construction before. It has never been completed. Those who have tried still fell victim to the harvest. Its outcome is unknown.
Okay, you made your point. Will you help stop the cycle?
I have searched your mind. You are an anomaly, yet that is not enough.
Wait!
The cycle will continue.
No. You've been watching. You know this cycle is different.
We will survive. You will remain here as a servant of our needs. The Reapers will harvest the rest.
What?
If you release me, no one has to be harvested.
Nothing will change.
Damn. Dude is defeated. It's just like, this is different. He's like, I don't care. It won't be. And the fact, it is just constantly reinforcing the fact that this Crucible thing is such a gamble, and we knew it was, but it's just constantly being reaffirmed that it's never been fully completed, it's never worked, it's never succeeded at its purpose, obviously, right? And we're trying our damnedest to do it this time, but even still, we don't know what it does. We don't know how to power it still with the catalyst, right? We might, once we do that, to get Vendetta back, but even still, right? Nothing will change. Shit. He's accepted defeat. Accepted that it's hopeless. Damn. It already has. That's your fault. Oh shit. How do we want to... Right, because... Man, being like, that's your fault. I feel like he's right, but... I don't want to be... It's like, I don't want to be mean to him. It's not that. It's more like, try to get him to see reason. It already has. It's your fault that nothing will change. No, it already has.
The Reapers know where you are. You can't just watch anymore. You have to fight. Even if you survive the battle today, the Reapers won't stop. Ever. Release me and we have a chance to end this, once and for all.
God. Wait, there's 3 of them? Whoa. In the same place?
Your confidence is singular.
I've earned it. Out there fighting, where you should be.
It is clear why the Reapers perceive you as a threat. Your victories are more than a product of chance.
Damn right.
We will fight, but not for you or any lesser race. We were the first, the Apex race. We will survive. And the Reapers who trespass on this world will understand our power. They will become our slaves.
Oh, shit.
Today, they pay their tribute in blood.
Oh my god. Damn. Today they paid their tribute in blood. That's fucking badass. No, it's okay. They don't have to fight for us. But they fight them. Holy shit. There was 3 of them. Oh man, y'all really holding it down. Shit. Nobody will believe us. How the hell do we even say that? Oh shit. Damn it. No, we could have used that. Okay, to be fair, we're kind of actually fucked. What? Dude.
Shepard's back. Cortez, status.
Thanks, Liara.
We're good to go. I don't know what the commander did, but the pulse is offline.
Oh, he's having them fight each other. Or he's having the one guy fight him. That control.
Damn it, we got a Reaper inbound!
Oh shit, he's still up there, that's right. What? No way. Did he just like shut it down?
Shepard, goddess. He's freezing.
I mean, it was cold down there.
Are you all right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm fine. Hell of a headache.
Don't ever do that again.
Hope I won't have to.
I've got Ann Bryson on the comm.
Good. Put her through.
Commander.
You feeling better?
Yes, thank you. I'm doing fine. What happened?
We found it, Ann. We found Leviathan.
Was it worth it?
Was it worth it? What did it cost? Everything. No, so that makes sense. The darkness and the cold that everybody was feeling was that, like, that space that we were just in. And it's like dark and empty and there's nothing. Oh, That's so hard to say. Was it worth it?
It was. We exposed it. Pushed it into the light. Whether it likes it or not, it's a part of this war now.
Sounds like an amazing story.
You have no
One
idea.
for the history books.
Well, I look forward to hearing all about it. My father would appreciate this, knowing the truth is out there. In the meantime, Admiral Hackett has asked me to join his scientific team. We all have our part to play. I should get to it.
Take care, Ann. And thanks for all your help. Shepherd up.
Nice. Legit.
Commander, I finished reading your report.
The Alliance wanted more intelligence on the Reapers. I'd say we got it.
Our people will be studying it for years to come. They're already calling it the Leviathan Codex. It rewrites galactic history as we know it.
Oh,
whatever else it means, it tells me the Reapers had a beginning. And maybe now we'll provide them with an end.
That's one way to look at it. I guess it's the only way. So go out there and make it happen. This is a big step in the right direction, Shepard. Good work.
Thank you, sir.
Hack it out.
Oh, god damn, that was so fucking cool. Holy shit, I'm actually kind of sad it's over. Is it over? It's over. Dominate. Dr. Ann Bryson, of course. Leviathan Enthrallment Team. Oh my god. This is so fucking cool. This is so cool. This is amazing. So not only, because I was talking about earlier, I actually didn't think that we would probably find out. But the fact that we were talking about it, right? And it's just like, oh, there had to have been a first Reaper. There had to have been a beginning. Somebody made them. Where did they, like, what's all that? And then we learned it. That's so cool. That's so cool. Those guys are so fucking rad. They look amazing. Man, Leviathans are so fucking cool looking. And the fact that they effortlessly, it seemed, right? They still needed those, they needed the marbles still, but, dude, they fucking snapped that fucking Reaper out of the sky. We ever seen nothing like that. That's crazy. And the fact that their conviction is they will be our slaves is so fucking... That's like hardcore shit, dude. Man, that's awesome. Wow. I can't even believe... I'm like stunned with like all of that. Oh my god. Like, hell yeah. It is almost full. I don't even know how we fill it the rest of the way, but my god, that's insane. Is it in here? 400. God, he's so fucking cool. They look amazing, and the fact that the Reapers are actually modeled after these guys is sick. And the fact that this was the first harvest. Oh my god. They created them. They're the reason the Reapers exist. And the fact that Harbinger is the first one. And so he's literally been around since the harvest started. He knows about the Leviathan. Oh, goddamn. And the fact that these guys recognize, Leviathan recognizes that we are legitimately a threat. Not just by chance, but by design. We are actively fighting back against the Reapers and working some victories right? Man. Leviathan Enthrallment Team. A mixed species team of special operations soldiers have volunteered to covertly deliver Leviathan artifacts behind enemy lines. These attacks aim to make Reaper creatures thralls of the Leviathans. Come on, that's so cool. On a small scale, this could cause chaos and disruption. On a large scale, and if given enough time, it could form an army of Reaper creatures dedicated to exterminating their own kind. The team's major limiting factors are the small number of artifacts and the reluctance of Alliance commanders to operate openly with such a potent weapon for fear the Reapers might develop a countermeasure. Yeah, I can see that. The small number of artifacts, true. There's only so many. It probably didn't help that I blew up those 3 that were on the ship. To be fair. Probably didn't help. I kind of tried to do that to win him over, but now that I know that they kind of need it and use it, right? But they were destroyed for the right reasons, I guess. But no, this is so fucking cool, dude. Like, seriously. So there's like a small covert team that runs with the marbles behind enemy lines, and they just like throw them back there, roll them, right? And then these guys like fucking shoot through them, control the thrall, control fucking Reaper guys, make them fight each other. Chaos. God, so fucking cool, man. Holy shit. For the life of me, never would have seen it coming. Never would have seen the day. But goddamn, that's so fucking cool. Right? Okay, what do we got? We got updates. Let's see. Some smugglers were surprisingly helpful to the Alliance by finding desperately needed military equipment. We did see that. We did that one. And then encryption codes. Ooh, synth diamond heat sinks. That's right, we got these. Synthetic diamond is a key ingredient in military-grade heat sinks that are used in computing, high-end thermal clips, and starship weapons, liberating tons of it from facilities on Bress. Will help both ground and space forces. Cool as hell. Dr. Ann Bryson has survived her ordeal with Leviathan's artifact and retains most of her mental faculties. Her research into paleotechnology could be useful in understanding the Prothean device and the laws of high-energy physics that the Reapers seem to ignore. The laws of high-energy physics. Oh, they'll learn. They're going to get it. That's for sure. I'm going to show them. Husk neural map. Now this is interesting. Oh, that's weird. I guess we've never really seen the splice in half like that, but that is, I mean, it looks kind of like what I would imagine. The biologist of Chalkos had made a quick study of the brain structures of husks and other Reaper creatures, isolating the parts of the brain responsible for interpreting sensory data. Their conclusions contrast the various strengths and weaknesses of Reaper ground forces when it comes to sight, smell, hearing, and so forth. This data could be extremely useful for soldiers or citizens trying to escape and evade Reapers on occupied planets. It's good shit to know. Alright, Crucible, Jovian dissertation, and the radiation shielding. Jovian dissertation. Whoa. The scientific data draws conclusions about the gas giant Isail's exceptionally powerful magnetic field, which has complex interactions with those of its moons. The mathematics used to model this complexity can provide a new insight into the math of the Prothean device. A brief glance at the data hints at some kind of energetic pulse that might pass through the magnetosphere of a planet unimpeded, but any details are best derived by high-energy physicists. Yeah, let's let them do their job. That's 5. It is 5. That's it. Well, it is math. We basically just kind of gotta some paperwork. I mean, it's cool. It's great. Super useful. Every bit counts. Alright, radiation shielding sheath. Yep, part of the device is being built in space, where its inner workings may be vulnerable to cosmic radiation from nearby stars. While the construction plan has taken standard risks into account, a sudden turn in space weather could pierce the basic shielding and irradiate the device and crew. Superior radiation shielding used by the orbital stations near the gas giant Sinius would provide a low-cost way to keep the device safe against all but the most unusual energetic emissions. It's a good idea. Easily. Right? We don't want the crew or the device to be just blasted with space radiation. Not good. Not what we want. Man. What a fucking time. That's so fucking cool, man. I can't. It feels so fucking cool that it happened. And it's also like, damn, it's over. That was a fucking blast. That whole mission, oh my god.
Commander.
If it wasn't obvious already, fucking love that shit. God damn it. That has to be my favorite part of this game so far. Oh my god. Right? Like, man. It feels, I'm kind of just like, what do I do now? And it's like, oh yeah, we have a lot of other business to take care of still, but I was so invested in that. Holy shit. And then seeing them, because I've been wondering since saw it. I was like, why does he look like some kind of like crawfish, some kind of like weird sea creature, right? And like a crustacean, right? A shellfish. And it makes sense now after meeting Leviathan. Then Harbinger being literally designed after them, and then all other Reapers being designed after Harbinger. Oh. Okay, you're not spooking them anymore, that's good. Uh-huh. Oh no. Jesus. Alright, you guys get along. Come on now. Okay, so no emails. Fish fed. Alright. Whew, man. I don't know. But we're gonna do a lap anyway. Just to make sure we talk to everybody before we get into our next situation. Right? But before we do, let's take care of what we have. Because we also gotta do some planet scanning. Still, because there are still a number of systems we haven't finished, and potentially more war assets.
Commander?
So the Reapers did not fully exterminate their creators. That suggests they are fallible, even on large or long-term scales.
Didn't? Or couldn't? Or it's all about the wording, right? Because they left. They went into hiding. And it seems Harbinger and them, they couldn't track down the rest of them. And they've been hiding really effectively. So effectively that they haven't even been found by the Reapers. The only reason that they were found is because, well, it's harvest time, and the Reapers are probably picking up traces of this stuff. Plus, the artifacts are being unearthed, which is the other thing, right? Like in the mine on TGS, right? That was uncovered, and then the one that Dr. Bryson got. It's just like there's clearly a trigger right? But I don't imagine Harbinger's ever truly forgotten that they exist. Probably just not on the priority list. But they were following. That's the thing. They were following.
How's the ship holding up, Edie?
The envelope of mass-free space we create
yes.
when we travel at FTL limits any impact.
Understood. Okay, well, let's go. We're just going to go pop around to the rest of the crew real quick. But you know what? Actually, no. Before we do that, because I am going to get distracted, specifically the Codex. I want to read, but Leviathan, because we still got to go through the rest of these. We still got to, right? But since it's really here, we just did it. We're in the moment, which is what I wanted to do with the Codex. But I've definitely been getting too caught up in everything happening.
Pressure maws are subterranean carnivores that spend their entire lives eating.
Come back to that one. Come back to that one. I'll remember it. Non-sapient. I think it was here. This is the one. Yeah. Non-council races, Leviathan. Non-council races. Yeah. Unless we can get them on the council. Right? Essentially nothing was known of the aquatic species dubbed Leviathans before Commander Shepard's report to Task Force Aurora. No record of their species' true name exists. No ruins are attributed to their civilization, and no influence on other races have been recorded. The task force can only conjecture based on the limited information provided by Shepard. Whoa, there's more. There's a lot more. Okay. But no, they did a really good job wiping out their existence. Any trace of them existing or have existed. Now, the paintings we did see, those were very isolated. But aside from that, there's no no influence, no sort of... They basically erased themselves from history. It was incredibly effective. Their current world is unlikely their home world. True. So it is surmised that the Leviathans mastered technology in spaceflight despite their immense size and aquatic nature. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, they do seem very, like, waterly, aquatic, right? Naturally. But then also space is basically, you travel through space in the same way you travel through water, in a way, right? It's pretty similar. So, yeah, plus the fact that they dominated all the lesser species, right? I would imagine they were definitely traveling, right? And then they would just leave the artifacts everywhere they went. Everywhere with those different species, right? So they could just control them, dominate, rule. Their ability to communicate with and mentally dominate land-based sapients would have been a necessary step. And so whatever homeworld the Leviathans hail from would have included a thrall species whose civilization served their purposes. Presumably, their bodies can withstand both the extreme pressure of the depths and the lesser pressure of a coastal area where they might come into contact with these thralls. Interesting, very adaptable. Transporting a creature the size of the Leviathan into space would have been a significant engineering challenge. It is likely they used EZO for ease of travel, as the Hanar do, and employed cybernetic filtration to breathe air as well as oxygenated water. It is unknown if the Leviathans have modified themselves with the equivalent of a biotic amplifier, but it seems probable. The faster-than-light communication of their pulses require precise control previously unknown to modern science. One can only guess the innovations of this species, and the Leviathans are volunteering no such information. Yeah, they're gonna tell us shit. This is I feel that is the beginning and the end of what we are going to learn from them. It's just so fucking cool. They were the first. They were the first harvest, but they were also older than the Reapers. That shit threw me. Older than the Reapers. It's like, oh, what is that? And it was like, so then you remember how they were created. You probably saw that. It turns out they were involved. They were kind of the reason. My God. Fascinating. Right? And then kind of doubling down with that, right? Even with all the Reaper's power, harvesting every sapient species in an entire galaxy can take decades or even centuries. The most time-consuming part of the process is gathering DNA from the population. To accelerate the effort, the Reapers follow a consistent procedure. Okay. Victims who cooperate, surrender, or are captured by husks are sorted into camps. It is believed the husk process receptors that allow them to analyze a victim's DNA through sight, smell, or touch. Victims that meet their standards are herded from the camps into processor ships. Those the husk deem insufficient are either turned into husks themselves or indoctrinated to serve as slave labor. Reapers use this last option to give their victims false hope. Many captives, who would otherwise fight back, become docile when they see members of their own kind obey and survive. Oh, it's so genius and terrible. It's so bad. They get them to a point where they surrender, thinking that in some capacity they'll live, they'll be fine. It just might be, servitude for them, right? But they'll be alive. When it's like, no, it's never the goal. You're basically done. The second they show up, it's pretty much over, right? So in a way, don't surrender, because then it'll probably be the least painful option. Potentially. Right? The fact that it's either you go to camps, which then eventually just go to processor ships, which we know what happens based on Mass Effect 2, where you basically get in a pod and then they turn you into goo. And then they pump you into another Reaper. Which is, Jesus. My God. The processor ships reduce victims to a transportable liquid. Yeah. Like a slaughterhouse, the ship's designs prevent victims from seeing or hearing what happens elsewhere so that they do not panic. Right? It tenses the meat. You don't want that. We don't want them to know. The victims are ushered into locking pods, then rent apart and dissolve into paste that is flushed to storage vats. It's so fucked, man. It's so twisted. Ushered into locking pods, then rent apart and dissolved into paste. It's fucking horrifying. And we saved our crew from that shit in Mass Effect 2. Like, fucking Chakwas could have been in there. Kelly could have been in there. So, oh my God, so bad. It's so bad. The rate of killing is phenomenal. Intelligence estimates suggest that there are more than 400 processing ships on Earth, killing approximately 1.86 million humans per day. Oh my God. That's just Earth. Oh my God. That's almost 2 million people a day that are being processed. Holy shit. That's crazy. So what if it's been like 2 weeks? That's like... It's like 28 million people. Oh my God. Jesus. In combination with battlefield deaths, disease, and famine, this pace will result in the complete depopulation of Earth within a decade. Yeah. Because... Jesus, holy shit. As the husks and indoctrinated slaves build more slaughtering facilities, the kill rate can only go up. It can only go up, and this is just... Oh my God. They came for Earth. to not fuck around. We can only imagine how many are on like Palaven and Thessia. If there are harvesting ships, right? If there are if they do plan on doing that. Like, I know they could turn them into husks and everything, but if they plan on like actually harvesting the Asari, you know, and the Turian, then that would be something. Reaper capabilities. The Reapers are technologically superior to the organic species of the galaxy, but the degree of that superiority is a matter of debate in the intelligence community. The degree of that superiority? I guess it depends what, right? Reaper's thrusters and FTL drives appear to propel them at more than twice the speed of Citadel ships. Estimates of their location in dark space suggest they can travel nearly 30 light years in a 24-hour period. I imagine that's pretty fucking fast. Right? Oh my god. I mean, I don't know. I guess, like, I don't deal with light years enough to, like, get, like, the concept, right? Or how far you could travel at, I was gonna say, space speed. Like, regardless. Just because I don't know the math, I can understand twice the speed of Citadel ships. I can understand that. That's really fucking fast. That's why, even though we delayed them, they were still going to show up pretty quickly. Right? Reaper power sources seem to violate known physical laws. Reapers usually destroy fuel infrastructure rather than attempt to capture it intact, indicating that Reapers do not require organic species energy supplies. True. They're not siphoning the fuel, they're just blowing them up. All the fuel station depots that we've been picking up by scanning, we're siphoning fuel from them. Like, the Reapers have not cared at all, so they don't even need it. Consequently, the Reapers attack without regard for maintaining supply lines behind them, except to move husks from one planet to another. Unlike Citadel ships, Reapers do not appear to discharge static buildup from their drive cores, though they sometimes appear wreathed in static discharge when they land on planets. See, people are taking notes, and that's why we pay these guys in the Alliance. Take notes on this shit. Right? They don't discharge static buildup from their drive cores like our ship does, and like other ships need to. Right? But, like, we can do it with the Normandy. We could. Right? And other ships need to. That's an interesting note, that they're covered in static discharge when they land. It's probably... Would they then... Maybe they have to land to dissipate it then. Maybe that's how they do it? Like, they ground themselves? I don't know. The main gun on a Reaper capital ship dwarfs that of the Alliance's Everest-class dreadnoughts. No dreadnought has yet survived a direct hit from the weapon. I would not be surprised. I'm not surprised. That thing is insane. Our estimates put its destructive power somewhere between 132 to 454 kilotons of TNT. Oh, God. Even if the target is hardened, as in the case of a surface-based missile silo, the gun could instead bury the target beneath molten metal. Yep, precise targeted computers and correctors also give the Reaper weapons a long effective range. Longer effective range than organic dreadnoughts or cruisers. Yep, they can hit farther, they can hit harder, and if they don't penetrate, they'll melt the shit out of it. So that's bad. The kinetic barriers on a Reaper capital ship could shrug off the firepower of a small fleet. Weapons specifically designed to overcome shields such as the Javelin, Guardian lasers, or the Thanix series, my favorite, can bypass the barriers to some degree. The difficulty is getting close enough to use them. The surface-mounted weaponry on Reaper ships, similar in principle to Guardian, presented effective defense against organic species fighters. Yeah, they're pretty set. The capital ships, man. Because, yeah, we still got to get close to use, like, just like the Thanix cannon is an example, right? Like, you still got to get close. We can't hit that at a distance, let alone a distance similar to how they can use it. This is cool, though. Yeah, we're learning so much about how absolutely fucking crazy these are. Although clearly technologically superior to the Citadel forces, the Reapers have experienced casualties in the battles across the galaxy. Goddamn right. This indicates that theoretically, with the right intelligence, weapons, and strategy, the Reapers could be defeated. Unlike the Mass Effect Relay that they created, Reapers do not have quantum shields. Locking itself down at a quantum level would leave a Reaper unaware of its surroundings until the shielding deactivated. Instead, Reapers rely on kinetic barriers. Ooh. Quantum shields would be a lot better. But yeah, the fact that they lose awareness, that makes sense. In the case of a Reaper capital ship, these kinetic barriers can hold off the firepower of 2 dreadnoughts simultaneously. But 3 clearly causes strain, and 4 typically results in destruction. Glad we did the math on that. Weapons designed to maximize heat damage, such as the Thanix series, show better results against the Reapers than pure kinetic impacts. It's about melting them. That's the real key. They are just made of metal. Once we get through the barrier, they go down. Barriers of a Reaper destroyer are less formidable than those of a capital ship. It is possible for a single cruiser or many fighters to disable or demolish a destroyer if they get within range before they are themselves destroyed. Yeah, that's why we wanted the fighter squadron. We kind of had a plan. So it is possible. It's just really tricky because they're still a Reaper, right? The Reaper energy sources are not infinite. For example, to land on a planet, a Reaper must substantially reduce its mass. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, right? Like, it would have to. It's massive. This transfer of power to its mass effect generators leaves the Reaper's kinetic barriers at only partial strength. So when it's attempting to land, that is its most vulnerable state. That's interesting. Sovereign was destroyed while assuming direct control over Saren. The feedback from Saren's death seemed to entirely overload Sovereign's shields. Current Reapers do not seem to suffer from this design flaw. Nope, because they probably fucking learned that Sovereign's hubris got him killed. His arrogance did this, right? But no, I mean, like, we noticed it, right? Because we fought Saren, completely puppeted, which is kind of honestly pretty fucking sad to see, right? He's puppeted Saren's body around, and we killed him again, right? Like, officially took him down, and that death, like, threw Sovereign real bad. And let us take him down, right? Reaper capital ships can turn faster than Citadel dreadnoughts, but to do so, they must lower their mass to a level unacceptable in combat situations. Consequently, it is possible for a dreadnought to emerge from FTL travel behind a capital ship, then bring its guns to bear faster than the Reaper can return fire. This is a poor tactic, however, against Reapers flying in proper formation. It's always good that in theory it works, because that means we do at least understand to an extent some ways, like they're not infallible, right? And it's kind of cool that like we noticed enough to like actually get this, to like notice it, right? In order to do it, they'd have to, lower their mass, they'd have to lower it to the point where it would be bad for combat, leaving them susceptible. Right? But, yeah, Reapers flying in proper formation would basically be that they would be, while we could probably get the jump on one, there would be others that would not be so shocked. Man, there's a lot of these. The Reaper War. Well, I guess we could. Yeah, we'll spend a couple more minutes. We'll read some more of the Codex. Why not? Right? I've been needing to build it up to this anyway. So, yeah, the fall of Earth. So long ago. The Reapers took Earth in a matter of hours. The Alliance knew the first wave would arrive from Batarian space, but they were unprepared for the speed and the scale of the attack. Fair. The Reapers bypassed the 6th and 7th fleets at Terra Nova and Eden Prime, flying straight from relay to relay, where they could neither be tracked nor intercepted. Shit. They were bouncing around. That's so smart. The tactic was unexpected, since the navies of organic species would never risk coming out of FTL within combat range or leaving enemies at their backs to threaten supply lines. Dude, they had a plan. At Arcturus Station, more than a dozen Reaper capital ships engaged the Alliance's 2nd, 3rd, and 5th fleets. This was mere screening for the main force. Dozens more capital ships followed through the Charon relay, where the 1st fleet had been lying in wait, but was soon destroyed. 4th fleet, near Earth, had a few minutes of advance warning. Stood no better chance. Damn. After destroying Earth's comm buoys, smaller Reaper destroyers wiped out all GPS and communication satellites in Earth's orbit and cut the undersea fiber optic cables that linked continents. Wow. Like, it's one thing, like, destroy the satellites and comm buoys, all that shit out there, right? But the fact that they went out of their way to not only they noticed and found, not surprisingly, but they still did it, right? Cutting basically the world internet off. Wow. Earth's resistance now relies on outdated radio towers and a few quantum entanglement communicators, whose matched pairs happen to be on other continents or outside the Sol system. Communication is so limited that the fate of an entire nations remains unknown. Because there's just no way to know. There's no way to communicate. The capital ships bombarded defense installations and industrial centers, annihilating entire cities with populations in the low millions, including Adelaide, Hamburg, Algebale, and Fort Worth. Meanwhile, Reaper destroyers descended into the atmosphere to melt roads and capture population centers with minimal loss of life. This is not an example of the Reapers being merciful. More likely, they're hurting their prey to make the coming harvest that much easier. And that's exactly what it is. They could wipe out everything. And that's never been a question. That's never been something we didn't know. If the Reapers wanted destruction, death, to kill everyone, they could. It would not be, like, realistically, wouldn't be hard. Wouldn't be hard. They have the numbers. They could do it. Right? It's because they have such a plan and they're trying to do this thing that we now know. Right? We still have a lot of questions, but essentially it's the preservation of life. Right? That's their weakness. It's because they're trying to do things in such a specific way that they're leaving themselves open in certain areas and not. If they were basically trying to go scorched earth, this would be totally different. This wouldn't even be we wouldn't even consider it a war because we'd all be dead if they wanted to. The fall of Karshan. For every 1,000 Batarian refugees, there are 1,001 stories about how the Reapers invaded the Batarian systems. Few elements are common to most every version, however. The Reapers arrived first in the Volar system and immediately destroyed its communications network. The Hegemony's Department of Information Control blamed the loss of signal on space weather, but scrambled ships to the system nonetheless. They tried. Within a day, Reaper capital ships appeared in the Harsa system and descended on the Batarian homeworld, Karshan. That's insane. Within a day, dude, they were fucked. There's no shot. For all the rhetoric about the hegemony's military prowess, their response to the Reapers was uncoordinated. Moments after the information minister took to the extranet and announced that unknown ships were destroying all space traffic near Karshan, the defense minister declared there was no reason to panic. Okay, so he minutes after he announced that unknown ships were destroying, he announced that there's no reason to panic. Jesus. Planet's comm buoys were destroyed next, creating an ominous silence that has persisted ever since. That is, as a Batarian, fucking terrifying. Because you see, he's out there, he's like, there's no reason to panic. And then everything gets cut off and it's silent and it's dead and there's nothing. And you're just sitting there just like, oh. Man. Fearing they were next, Batarian colonies across hegemony space began evacuations. So many refugees poured into the human-occupied Exodus cluster that Systems Alliance officials at first thought the Batarians were invading. Man. I guess it's the closest one, right? But it's still ironic that they pour into human-occupied space just to get out of their space. More systems have gone dark as their comm buoys were destroyed and millions more Batarians trapped on their planets sit waiting for the Reapers. Damn. Desperate measures. Faced with utter annihilation, military planners have considered extreme solutions in their quest to stop the Reapers. The two most plausible are the destruction of mass relays and the use of starships as suicide weapons. I mean, yeah. Because we talked about that too. At least I brought it up on an earlier episode, right? Not too long ago. It was like, would it be practical to destroy all the mass relays? Like, that would be a terrible idea in the long run. Like, it would absolutely cripple space economy completely. Like, nobody would be able to travel. There would be no way to have the amount of fuel you would need to sustain that kind of life and exists without the mass relays, right? But in the moment, it could feel like there's a shot, right? We take out all the relays, somehow we don't kill everybody by doing it, and then we limit the way the Reapers can get around so quickly, but they still travel really fast. But I feel like that would just delay, right? But I understand all about it, right? And then starships and suicide would just like flying them into them. Maybe not the best, especially with their shields and how resilient they are. But destroying a mass relay to stop the Reapers' advance is infeasible. Okay, so it's not just me. Alright, although it has recently been proven that mass relays can be destroyed, recently been proven, yep, a ruptured relay liberates enough energy to ruin any terrestrial world in the relay's solar system. And that's the thing. Yep. It just, like I say, if we destroyed it and in the off chance we could somehow save a world, we probably can't. We obviously can't. But that would basically be deleting every single area. Right? Every single solar system would be deleted that had a relay in it, which it's a lot of them. Most of them. It would take too long to evacuate the millions or billions of people living near each relay, and the Council is unwilling to sacrifice that many lives when combat stands a chance of saving them. Which is, I'm glad that they're not resorting to that. We don't want that to be the direction of just blowing up the relays. Even if a garden world were to survive the relay's destruction, the Reapers have infinite patience. They travel out of dark space using conventional FTL travel within the galaxy. It's not insurmountable. Using conventional FTL travel within the galaxy is not an insurmountable barrier. And that's the point. Even if we did destroy it, like that's pretty much literally what I said. Like even if the odds are we could save the planet somehow from the destruction, the Reapers are still faster. They could still travel the distance. And so it would be, if anything, just a delay. They waited for they wait for life to regrow every time. Every time they harvest. They're chilling. They are in no rush. They are fine. Yeah. Right. Meanwhile, starships are too costly to be used as projectiles. Yep, given that it would take many collisions to seriously harm a Reaper, some armchair admirals suggest that a single starship traveling faster than light could obliterate a Reaper capital ship. But all ships based on Mass Effect technology possess hardwired safety features to prevent FTL collisions. I mean, I can understand that that's the thing, right? Like, you aim it at a Reaper and you punch to light speed, you know? It's just like a light speed bullet. Could be, right? I guess it makes sense that they have ways to deactivate that from happening. If a ship's FTL plotter finds a significant object in the path of a planned jump, the FTL drive refuses to fire in the first place. Guess that's smart, right? Just in case. Right? So you're not just traveling through space and then run into a rock and blow up. Right? Because anything traveling at the speed of light, the amount of precision that you would have to have, right? So you're not accidentally running into an asteroid or a station or anything, right? This is not a perfect safety feature. The sensors can only scan for objects within a reasonable distance at light speed, and a navigator must plot the rest of the course. But it is so inherent to the FTL warm-up process that removing it is nigh impossible. Cynical intelligence analysts note that the secret of Mass Effect technology, including that safety system, has always been attributed to the Protheans, just as the mass relays were. Secret of Mass Effect technology and the safety system, the Protheans. Alright, the Battle of Palaven. I know we're kind of going back, but we're getting caught up because we are approaching the end game. So I guess like getting our heads in the space of like really what's been happening. It's not a bad thing, right? When Tatris fell, the Turians knew little about the Reapers, except they wanted to enrage the Turians. Staying calm, the Turians massed in force around Palaven, their homeworld. Fleet Admiral Erix Coronati, in what became known as the 15-minute plan, stationed only 2 carriers, Undaunted and Resolute, near the system's relay. When the Reaper fleet emerged, the carriers launched swarms of unmanned fighters and spy drones. These were quickly destroyed, but the drones transmitted vital data on the Reaper's effective range, fleet composition, and exact location. Turian's other ships then deployed to defend the system in earnest. Oh, it's so smart. The 15-minute plan. So he knew what was going to happen. Like, the odds are, like, this was not about success or, like, fighting them back. The plan was to send unmanned fighters for distraction, and then spy drones for gaining information. And they did. Vital information. Knowing that the Reaper's weapons had a longer effective range than any of his own, Coronati made a short, daring FTL jump, landing his dreadnoughts in the middle of the Reaper fleet. The dreadnoughts then turned to line up their main guns on the Reapers, which also needed to turn to fire on the Turians. This ploy used the Reaper's size against them because they could turn faster. The Turian dreadnoughts locked targets first, and their concentrated firepower downed several Reaper capital ships. That's fucking rad, dude. What a badass. Man, he made an FTL jump in the middle of the fleet. Faster than they could even react, because they had to all rotate, right? And then they just turned the guns, bam, took down several capital ships. The Reapers countered instantly. Short-lived. The destroyers performed a jump of their own to the skies above Palaven, beginning orbital strikes on Turian cities. Wow. They said, okay, you want to do that? Okay, fine. And then they just ignored fighting back, went straight to their planet, and started killing people. Man. The Turians, forced to defend the planet, found themselves in a pitched battle far from the relay, from which emerged a seemingly endless line of Reaper ships. After massive casualties, Coronati ordered retreat. The Turians insist that Palaven is not lost. The battle has merely moved to the ground. Reaper troop transports have dumped hordes of Husk to capture Palaven's inhabitants, but met with little success. Reaper capital ships are destroying city after city, but much of the Turian fleet is still operable, and the citizenry is heavily armed. The Turians refuse to be intimidated. I admire the fucking resistance and the perseverance and the fact that they are just fucking really pushing back and to an effect. Right? So when we add the Krogan to that, even though we know it hasn't been really effective, it's been effective, like, kind of holding them, but they're not making progress. Just still something, but it seemed great. The Battle of Rannoch. The Quarians' plan to take back their homeworld was risky. Could easily have led to their annihilation if a peaceful solution had not been found. In an initial battle against the Reaper, upgraded Geth ships, the Quarians found their heavy fleet and a portion of the patrol fleet outmatched. True. To stave off defeat, the Quarians retreated at FTL speeds to rally with the civilian fleet on the far side of Rannoch's sun, Tikkun. Temporarily hidden, but with only minutes of advance warning, should a Geth scout spot them, the Quarians planned counterattacks to disrupt the Geth link with the Reapers, first preying on a damaged Geth dreadnought. The Quarians followed by sending strike teams to Rannoch's surface to destroy the Reaper that was transmitting improved software to Geth forces. We did both of those things. When the Reaper uplink was disrupted, the Geth suffered momentary downgrades in response time and intelligence, allowing the Quarian to press their advantage. But an emergency order from Commander Shepard and Admiral Shalaran Vastonbe broke off hostilities before the Geth's full capabilities were restored. Okay, technically, the emergency order was given from us, Ed Shalaran, and Admiral Chorus, and Admiral Tally. Okay? Alright? I feel like people need credit. Alright? It's not just Admiral Shalaran. Alright? It is the Quarians' credit that all three fleets obeyed the order to cease fire, even the civilian fleet, which had little combat experience. The Geth, from their part, bore no ill will towards the enemy combatants and broke off hostilities with perfect discipline. Yep, the second they stopped fighting the Geth were like, alright, we're done. They were only defending themselves, so there's no reason to fight. It remains to be seen how the Geth and the Quarians will manage to coexist on Rannoch. For now, they've committed their considerable military forces to repel the Reapers. Given the long-lasting animosity between the Geth and the Quarians, it is possible that the Reapers did not plan for the possibility of such an alliance. It will be unprepared to contend with both armadas. That's gonna be, conceptually, fucking rad. The entire Geth fleet, which the Reapers thought they really had under control, right? They were like, that's ours. Not anymore. That combined with the Quarian fleet, who are literally the largest fleet, size-wise, not power, but size, in the galaxy. And we got them. The Cerberus coup. Counselor Udina, it doesn't sit right with me that he betrayed everything, right? I still can't. I know I say it a lot. Like, I'm not going to go into it now, but, you know, I think about it quite often. I do. I'll just think about it randomly. Right? Counselor Udina's attempted coup will no doubt be analyzed for generations to come, but a clear picture is beginning to emerge. Udina had contacted Cerberus to coordinate what was intended to be a bloodless takeover of the Citadel, in which he would force the other counselors to grant him emergency powers so that he could command the Citadel fleet. He would then direct the fleet to liberate his homeworld, Earth. So he asked Cerberus. He said, hey, come over here. Help me take over the Citadel completely. Help me do this so that the Council will then be forced to give me emergency power. And then I will command the Citadel fleet to liberate Earth. I don't know about that. It doesn't. He contacted Cerberus? That seems. I don't know about that. Like, obviously that's what happened, right? But it feels weird, man. Especially everything with Cerberus and everything he knows about Cerberus, and then everything it's just, he called them. He's like, hey, Tim, okay, you get the boys down here so we could take over the Citadel, because I got a plan to take back Earth. I get it, right? We talked to him earlier in the game, and he's very passionate. He loves Earth, and he's got people there, and it's just like, it's a whole thing. I get it. We all do. But this ain't it, Udina. Plan fell apart early when Executor Palin and the Solarian Councilor caught wind of it. In defense of the plan, the elusive man dispatched his top assassins, commanded by Kai Lang, that piece of shit, to kill him. God damn it. Udina had little choice but to support the assassins with an armed force sufficient to hold the Citadel. Captured confidants had indicated that Udina and Lang's alliance was relatively fragile. Udina may have planned to turn on Cerberus once the fleet was his to command, and Lang departed when he calculated that Udina would not succeed. No, like, the second we kind of showed up and threw everything off, and then Udina died. Udina got shot, right? I mean, Kai Lang was telling Tim about it, and Tim's like, yeah, he was expendable. We're not even worried about him. Whatever. It was a means to an end. Persistent rumors suggest that Udina might have been a high-functioning victim of Reaper indoctrination. I'd believe that more. I'd believe that far more than he deliberately called Cerberus to do this. His actions played right into the Reaper's plans. Even if the coup failed, it would damage Citadel governance. If it succeeded, his plan to retake Earth would have likely turned into a military blunder that Council forces could ill afford. It wouldn't have worked. There's no shot seeing everything happening on Earth and everything happening everywhere else, and he thinks the one fleet that the Citadel commands is enough to actually succeed at liberating Earth. It doesn't make sense. It's a blunder, indeed. It would have been. However, there's no direct evidence of his indoctrination nor obvious opportunity. It's more likely that Udina acted out of desperation, and in doing so, cost humanity its counselor. Desperation. It's about what it is, huh? The fall of Tatris. The Reaper's first attack on Turian space followed an age-old maxim: hit them where it hurts. Damn. Populous colony dating back centuries, Tatris was already embedded in the Turian psyche as the site of the worst terrorist attack in Turian history. Wounds were still raw from the Valen blast in which a separatist revolutionary slammed a starship into the colony's capital. That's right, yeah, we heard about that. Killing more than 100,000 Turians. Hierarchy forces responded with a massive invasion of the planet to stamp out the separatist movement. It was a catharsis for the Turians, reassuring them that heroes would always triumph over evil. So the Reaper struck Tatris first, just to let him know that's bullshit. By the time Tatris went dark, the Turians had already learned that the Batarians and humans were under attack. The hierarchy responded with what they believed was overwhelming force, only to walk into a trap. Reaper ships were waiting on the other side of the relay to Tatris, and they released devastating firepower the moment the fleet emerged. Dude, they baited them out. The Turians were like, we're gonna go fuck them up with everything we got. This is gonna be huge. So much firepower. And the Reapers are just waiting on the other side, like, they're gonna come out of this relay. They're gonna show up right here. And we're all gonna shoot them. Yep. Turian leaders observing the one-sided battle were faced with a choice: reinforce their side of the relay to defend against a Reaper invasion, or throw more resources into an offense. Soldiers and civilians alike clamoring for retribution against the Reapers, the Turians continued the assault. Oh no. The hierarchy sent warp bombs through the relay to clear a path, fighting tooth and talon to inflict casualties against the Reaper fleet. It was a valiant effort, but doomed. The Reapers emerged victorious from the relay, began broadcasting a signal to Turian comm buoys, images of Valum, Tatris' capital. Once again a smoking wreck. The fight for Turian space had begun. Yeah, this is fucking hardcore. But, man. They sent warp bombs. They were really, really trying. But there was no shot. And then the Reapers literally sent them a picture, like a live stream of the burning capital, and they're like, what are you gonna do? And the Turians were like even more pissed, even more resolved. Now this one's sad. The fall of Thessia. The assault on Thessia did not go as smoothly as the Reapers' strikes against other races. While other species met the Reapers head-on, the Asari resorted to dangerous hit-and-run tactics to harass their attackers. By engaging in guerrilla strategies, blasting Reaper ship, jumping to FTL where they could not be tracked, the Asari forced the Reapers to remain on the defensive, which it was smart. I respected the tactic. It was really cool. It was very creative. Right? Similar to how the Reapers were bouncing around using the multiple relays, right? So they can't be tracked, like they don't know. Right? The Asari kind of turning that on them was pretty smart. Unfortunately, the Reapers' greater numbers allowed them to accept certain losses. So they soon ignored the attacks against them and began orbital bombardment of Thessia. Damn. They were like, you know what? Let some of us die, right? The Reapers, they could blow us up, sure. Let's just start bombing their world. That's just gonna get us way ahead of where we're at. It's the same shit they did with Palaven. This in turn forced the Asari to defend their homeworld with a more traditional stance, facing the Reaper forces directly, which is exactly what the Reapers want and where they are best. And that's where it all started going downhill. As soon as the Reapers landed on Thessia, the the harvesting began. Swift and brutal slaughter of the Asari ground forces followed. Resistance from trained biotics barely slowed the attackers down. In the end, Thessia's minimal military forces, combined with the unpreparedness in the face of an overwhelming enemy, resulted in the fall of the planet. That is so true, though. They were unprepared. Horribly unprepared. Minimal military forces. They did not think that this was gonna really hit them the way that it did. Because even the counselor, when we brought up at the beginning, they were like, hey, we need you to help us take back Earth. Like, we gotta worry about our own places, right? The Turian are like, we're gonna look after ourselves. You know, we would love to help Earth. However, we care about our own people, which is fair, right? Because we were asking them, if they were to ask us, hey, leave Earth, help us, it's the same thing, right? So I get that. But it's the idea that the Asari saw this happening at the beginning and did absolutely bare minimum to almost not a lot to really protect Thessia. Right? The guerrilla tactics, smart, great. However, once that failed or was subverted, they had absolutely nothing to fall back on. It was like the one thing that was working for them. It's just so bad. It was so bad. Right? But the fact that it's the harvesting began. So this is not that it was right, because there were multiple times across like 1, 2, 3, like the harvest, like, you know, taking, like, especially in Mass Effect 2 when we learned, right, like what they actually do, like with the harvesting, right? Humanity was chosen for that one Reaper larva, right? Now, that doesn't mean the other species weren't being harvested. It's just they put such an emphasis on humanity. But really seeing it in 3 here, and how the harvesting leads to a birth of a new Reaper, and the fact that there's a lot of harvesting going on, it definitely just kind of re-emphasizes the fact that it's going to end up being, in their plan, more than one Reaper from this cycle. An Asari Reaper. Right? Because the Reapers seem to all have the same quality. But according to Mass Effect 2, they take on the qualities of the species that they harvest and then infuse into. So what does the quality really mean? I think that's kind of like where it's pretty vague, right? It's like, what would they gain? Would they gain, like, it says quality, right? That doesn't necessarily mean like, oh, the Reaper who's made of the Asari is going to be incredibly biotic, right? Or they have the, you know, their like abilities or anything like that. And same with the Turian and whatever. So it's like the quality could mean a lot of things. It's not very clear. I guess it doesn't really have to be, but it is just a curiosity that I have. The miracle at Palaven. The Turian and Krogan counterattack on Palaven combined deception, courage, and tenacity. First, the Turians leaked a false battle plan that drew on the same tactics they used at the beginning of the assault on Palaven. Genius. Then, the Dreadnought Indomitable faked a problem with its drive core coming out of FTL near Palaven's moon. Manet. 3 other dreadnoughts and their attendant fleets deployed to assist Indomitable, a tempting target that drew the Reaper capital ships away from Palaven. Turian troop transports then enter Palaven's atmosphere to release shuttles, gliders, and individual soldier capsules. That's fucking rad. They created just the best distraction so that they could go deploy troops on the planet. The Reapers did not understand the seriousness of the threat at first. Those that detected the landing craft sent husks and collector swarms to intercept them, but little more. And foolish. This allowed Krogan commandos to link up with the Palvin's resistance and hand off their payloads, warp bombs and fission weapons. Hell yeah. In simultaneous strikes across the globe, Reaper ships began to explode. Turian resistance members had managed to smuggle the bombs inside the Reaper processing ships, troop transports, and even destroyers. And capital ships had opened their structures to indoctrinate Turian leaders. Bruh. They fucking got them. Right? Large swaths of territory fell back into Turian and Krogan control. News of the victory gave a much-needed boost to the morale of the Turian resistance and the galactic public. But the action was not without sacrifice. Turian insurgents gave their lives to ensure the explosives detonated, and the processing centers they destroyed were full of civilians who died just as surely as if they had been harvested. Damn, that's sad. Of the dead, General Minin Resvirix said, "Whatever they were in life, their deaths had no equal. They are worthy of joining the spirit of Palavin itself." Spirit. Damn, it's a hell of a line. But no, that's a rough sacrifice. Right, obviously they go in there. They need to make sure the bomb goes off. They cannot risk it. So they stay with the bomb. But as well, the processing centers where all the harvesting is, there are the people and the civilians in there. And they wouldn't really be able to get them out. Like, they might, but you need the bomb to go off, like, then. You can't risk it. And it's so sad. But it's the sacrifice for that victory. God damn. Man. Shit. Wow. Man, we were reading that for a minute. So we're going to pick this up in the next episode. I wanted to get through that. Right? Obviously, finish Leviathan. Crazy shit that we've gone through today. My God. It was amazing, right? It was a little bit longer of an episode, but that's the point. Wanted to make sure we finish Leviathan and read some of the codex. Fuck. But now we're caught up on the war as well, right? Learn more about the Leviathan also. Very curious. Still infinite mysteries with those guys. But just so fucking cool. So, I hope and expect to hear many thoughts in the comments about this whole thing. Because this is probably one of the biggest revelations and reveals, I think, in the trilogy. Since the Reaper reveal. Right? The Reapers being real. Crazy. Then the Protheans actually being extinct completely, but then being turned into the Collectors. And those being puppeted by the Reapers. Also crazy. Harbinger running this. Crazy. He's running the whole thing. Right? Javik being a Prothea that is still alive. Crazy. But the original blueprint for the Reapers. The first harvest. My God. It really repaints the vision of how everything in this entire universe is. Thinking back to Mass Effect 1, this is like a ripple of how it just makes you just like think about everything differently. And it's so it's crazy. My God. I could talk about this forever. So I want to know what you guys think. So let me know in the comments. See you guys in the next video. Because I don't know what we're gonna do. But we're gonna do something. I know we still got Horizon We're not gonna do shore leave yet, but we got Horizon, and we also got some more systems we got to go scan through, collect more, see if we can't max out completely that asset bar. Be pretty cool if we could. But anyway, see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.